Well, nice rendition of the national anthem as we are leading up to a great Friday night football game, Republic at Ozark. It's homecoming in Ozark, and Republic will try to play spoiler tonight alongside Rich Miles, statistician Tim Barnes, Zach White on the camera, and Maddie Hall, our director. Tim Barnes down on the sideline taking photos for later, and Rich Miles, Tim Brazil down on the sideline. Tim Barnes gave me a funny look. Rich Miles, it is perfect night up on the roof of the press box in Ozark.
Yes, it is. We've lucked out every time we've come to Ozark that we get to go way on top of the press box, and every time the weather has been just perfect for it, for this, and it finally feels like fall.
Yeah, I emailed Yancey Little, the athletic director here earlier today, and said, hey, is there room on the press box? He said, well, if you can find room, you can go up there. I said, we'd rather be up there. We prefer that to being inside the press box because it's such a great location. You're up a little bit higher than usual. And when the weather's nice like it is tonight, it really is a great place to watch a high school football game. And it should be a good one. Republic and Ozark coming up. And we talked to Dustin Baldwin about Ozark and what he expects from them on an interview on our midweek show earlier in the week. And we will have that after this timeout on the Hines Street Pharmacy Repmo Football pregame show. Hines Street Pharmacy delivers prescriptions right to your door, and they can often save you money compared to what you're paying at the big box pharmacies. And their drive-up window can help you avoid long lines on your way home from work, too. Hines Street Pharmacy. Experience the hometown difference. Whether you have a hole in your roof or you're missing a single shingle, you know who to call in Republic. It's Mike Mansker and the team at Absolute Roofing. Give them a call at 869-0444 or find them online at absoluteroofers.com.
Pinnaker Chevrolet is hitting the big 4-0, and we are celebrating. Hi, this is Abby Pinnaker Rose. I am so excited that we are celebrating my father opening the doors to Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic 40 years ago. We still work by the values he started in 1979, to value each and every customer and to exceed every expectation. If you are looking for a new vehicle, have yours serviced, or need some body repair, stop by and make sure to tell Ed happy anniversary. Find new roads in Republic or online at PinnakerChevrolet.com.
What do you see from Ozark as you look at them? They're a team that's kind of been up and down. They beat Nixa, their big rival, in a close one. They got thumped a couple of times. And as with the rest of the conference, it almost seems like kind of hard to know who's going to show up on any given night.
That's right. So they're 3-2. They have to finish with Webb, Joplin, Carthage, so I don't envy them for that.
Yeah.
They have they're really solid defensively. Like they're going to run a defensive style that nobody else runs. They're going to attack you. They're going to play man coverage, and you're going to have to execute everything that you decide to do. So there's a lot of it's just different. It's just a different defense. We don't see it a lot. So they've had some really good games defensively, and then Willard and Carl were able to score some points on them. So we're going to have to figure out how they're trying to attack us with it, and then make plays and call plays based on that accordingly. But ultimately, our kids are going to have to make some plays, and they force you into those situations where you don't have a lot. They limit your choices into what you can do. It doesn't mean you can't execute it and do it, score. It's just there's just not as many options. So we've had to work on some stuff there.
How do you prepare what's the scout defense's role on a week like this where you've got a defense that's so much different?
Yeah, I mean, you try to put in some of your athletic guys to kind of emulate what they're doing and put some pressure on us in practice. And if we're able to do that in practice, it gives us a more realistic look. But, our scout teams do a good job each week, and young kids have an opportunity to step up, and that's a lot of their role. A lot of those JV kids, that's their role in practice. They don't get a ton of reps, even though they're playing on Monday nights. But they've done a good job this week, and I thought our kids have done pretty good.
On their offensive side of the ball, it seems like they want to control it and keep the ball on the ground and eat up clock and keep your offense off the field.
Yeah, they've done a good job of that this year. They've run about twice as many plays as the opposing team. So they've run like 300 some plays, and the opposing teams have run like 160 something. So they're really not allowing a lot of plays per game. And with that, the style that they play, that's kind of what it's meant to do. So they're either going to get a turnover or get a quick stop, or they might give up a quick score, and some big plays. But more times than not, they're getting a quick turnover, turnover on downs. So have to execute and avoid negative plays and take care of the football.
All right. Good luck against Ozark.
All right. Thanks.
Hashtag Kasasa. Hashtag Mid-Missouri Bank.
What you doing?
Taking a Kasasa selfie.
Kasasa selfie?
Yeah, when I get Kasasa cash back at Mid-Missouri Bank, I take a Mid-Mo Kasasa selfie.
You do take a lot of selfies.
Right. When I get cash back for lunch break debit card swipes, Mid-Mo Kasasa selfie. When I get cash back for weekend debit card swipes,
Let me guess. Mid-Mo Kasasa selfie?
Mid-Missouri Bank is building the community bank of the future in the Ozarks today. Visit midmobank.com, member FDIC.
State Farm Insurance is there anytime, anywhere you need it with helpful advice and award-winning service. In Republic, call Chris Yoakum at 732-1463 or go online at chrisyoakum.com and get to a better state. Central Gas Propane is locally owned and operated and offers exceptional customer service when you need it most. They go the extra mile to meet customers' needs with a level of service and communication no other company can beat. Call today to switch and save. Central Gas Propane at 417-725-3833 or online at centralgasmo.com.
I'm Todd Wojciechowski, Executive Vice President at People's Community Bank. Our mission is to put our communities first, and that's true right here in Republic, whether it's supporting Republic schools or volunteering for one
A Mid-Mo Kasasa
Republic, whether it's supporting Republic schools or volunteering for one of the nonprofits doing good work in our hometown. All of us at People's Community Bank are committed to making Republic a better place to live. I hope you'll stop in soon and say hi.
People's Community Bank, right on Highway 60. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Ozark, where the Tigers get set to take on the Ozark Tigers in a homecoming game for Ozark, and what should be a good matchup of a couple of pretty good teams, 3-2 Ozark and 2-3 Republic. But you look at their schedule, Rich Miles, it's been kind of opposite ends of the spectrum, where Republic still has a couple of its tough games left, but Ozark still has to face all three of the big three. They're kind of the opposite of a Carl Junction, who opens with those big three right off the bat. And so Ozark's 3-2 record, while fine, it's not 3-2 where they've faced the big guns yet.
You're exactly right. You've always got to look at the schedule, see who's played who. When you start, comparing win losses, you're exactly right. We've gone up against the Carl Junction in the Joplin, and yeah, we still have the Webb City and Carthage left, but these two teams this evening match up very well. Ozark is a very run-heavy offense. Our offense likes to spread around a little bit, as you've seen throughout the season.
Keys to the game every week. We talk about the keys to the game, brought to you by Lori Casagrande and Elizabeth Gold and Reese Nichols. And the first key to the game is, Rich, you think they've got to stay red hot in the red zone, as they have been all year.
You're exactly right. There's only been a couple times where they've gotten in the red zone and haven't put up any points, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal. So we've got to keep that going. That's got to be a consistent throughout the season, not just tonight, but as we move on, that every time we get inside the 20-yard line, that no matter what, we're going to put some points up, whether it's 3 points or 7.
It's really kind of uncanny how good they've been in the red zone. Almost every time they get there, they score something. They've only had 2 trips out of, I think 14 this year where they have not come away with points. Tim Barnes, minimizing mistakes to you is a key for Republic's victory tonight.
Yeah, if Republic continues to play like they have been, I think they'll be fine as long as they avoid turnovers and penalties, or at least minimize them.
And my key to the game is I think Republic's got to control the clock. That's what Ozark wants to do. And if Republic can put together some drives, not that they don't want to strike quick if they can, but if they can put together some drives where they get the defense for Ozark a little tired out, chasing them around, I think that's going to be a key for their success. Tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by Realtors Lori Casagrande and Elizabeth Gold at Reese Nichols. You probably know how well they know Republic after years in the community, and you can check their Facebook page to see all the families who've gotten the keys to their own new homes thanks to Lori and Elizabeth. Whether you're buying or selling, search Facebook for Lori and Elizabeth at Reese Nichols to join the club. And we'll take a look at the keys to the game every Friday night thanks to Lori and Elizabeth at Reese Nichols. Well, we're going to take a quick break and be back with the start of this one after this timeout. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
So the other morning, my little girl woke up crying.
Hello, nightmare.
No, actually, it was an earache.
Hello, emergency room.
No, not the ER. Heavens no.
Hello, waiting room.
Not this time.
Hello.
Save my spot.
From CoxHealth.
I just went online, picked one of the urgent care walk-in clinics really close by, and they saved my spot in line.
That's health care on your schedule and on your terms.
Hello, convenience.
Visit CoxHealth.com to learn more.
Southern Sun Electric's a proud sponsor of the Classroom Spotlight. They encourage all student athletes not to settle for just good enough on the field, on the court, or in the classroom. Keep pushing yourself to higher levels and go Repmo from Southern Sun Electric. It's easier than ever to get your Rocco's Pizza fix. Place your order on their website at roccositaliankitchen.net or call them with one tap inside the Republic Tiger Sports mobile app. And don't forget dessert because Rocco's is serving homemade ice cream prepared right on site. Rocco's Italian Kitchen. Pizza, pasta, perfection.
Well, we're just about ready to go. The Tigers will receive the ball first. How'd the coin flip turn out?
Ozark won the toss and deferred.
So Ozark chooses to get the ball to start the second half, and Republic will have three men deep as they get set to get the ball first here on a beautiful fall night in Ozark. Thanks for joining us on Republic Tiger Sports, and thanks, you'll hear more about our sponsors all through the night, but thanks to all of our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible, and one of those is our first quarter sponsor, scoreboard sponsor, Absolute Roofing. Taken by Landon Porter. He goes all the way across the field to the 30, still on his feet before he's tripped up from behind. Tackle made by Elijah Masquerade. And a good return for Landon Porter.
Yeah, on that return, it did a good job of blocking up front. Ozark's kickoff team kind of all got sucked up into the middle there. Landon saw that to his left it was wide open. He took advantage of that, bringing the ball up to almost the 34-yard line.
So first play from scrimmage for the Tigers. And they give it to Sigmund, who makes a man miss, takes it into the defensive backfield, around a block from White, still on his feet, weaves his way down all the way near the 20-yard line. And what a run for Riley Sigmund to start things off.
And he had all sorts of blocks. He had a great offensive line hole that opened up, and then he got a couple of downfield blocks by the receivers there to his left.
Clay White with a nice block. And that better look at the action brought to you by Vision Health Eye Center, committed to helping you get a better look at everything. And now a flag on the first down snap.
Not sure. I saw jerseys on both sides moving before the ball was snapped. Yeah, there you go. I think the defensive end for Ozark, the one that was closest to us, came across the line of scrimmage. Not sure if that was the hard count by Lucas Hayes or the guy that we had going in motion caused the defender to come across the line.
So 1st and 5 for the Tigers. Things going swimmingly so far, and Hayes is going to keep it, and what a hole.
Oh, my gosh.
That was
untouched.
Easier than easy into the end zone for a touchdown, and it's 6-0 Tigers. And if that is a sign of things to come, it's going to be a good night for the Tigers,
and,
for the Republic Tigers.
Right, and another red zone score right there, so they're keeping the trend going this evening.
Yep. Tigers trip to the red zone, sponsored by State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Learn more about State Farm coverage and get in the red zone yourself at sarahrader.com. So 1 for 1 tonight in the red zone. And now we've got a flag on the ground over here.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense.
Ow.
Boy, that is not the kind of start you want on a Week 6 game. 2 encroachment penalties. That is not a good sign.
After that last run, I almost wonder if you go for 2.
Well, yeah. I mean, haven't really shown much indication that they would stop the run, but they put 7 up, and now it's going to be up to the defense. A quick 7-0 lead for the Tigers, and that was easy. Let's see what happens when Ozark gets the ball. We'll take a break and find out after this timeout. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
For more than 30 years, Yoakum Automotive has been the hometown auto repair shop you can trust, and with their new digital vehicle inspections, their mechanics will show you exactly what's wrong with your car and let you sign off before the repairs are made. Ask about their shuttle service and loaner vehicles when scheduling your appointment online at yoakumautomotive.com. Elliott Robinson & Company, LLP, Certified Public Accountants, is Republic's local full-service accounting firm, serving as your trusted business advisors. And this year, they're making possible our By the Numbers feature, where we look at stats that catch our eye on the Republic sports scene. Elliott Robinson & Company, conveniently located in the Wildwood Plaza across from Pinnaker Chevrolet, or find them online at ercpa.com. When you need a plumber, you usually need one fast, but you also want one who'll do the job right. In Republic, that's Far Better Plumbing. Whether it's residential, commercial, or you need excavation, call Far Better and let them take away the stress of your plumbing problem.
Tigers have it lined up. They kick a ground ball kick right through the middle, taken at about the 25-yard line and out to about the 35. Returned by Drew Bloomquist. That touchdown earlier was touchdown number 20 of the season. That's 14 rushing touchdowns and 6 passing touchdowns for Lucas Hayes. So pretty incredible start 6 games in for the senior quarterback. Ozark sends a man in motion, and Republic jumps. And I think that was Micah Erickson. The sophomore had the big game last week. And we didn't call him Micah Erickson the whole game because we had the wrong number on our copy of the roster. But that was him there. He's going to see this and think, you got my name wrong when I recovered 2 fumbles, and then you got it right whenever I jumped offside. Handoff off the right side, and the Tigers are there. Sturdivant grabs the running back and pulls him back. Carry by Max Schilling, the senior, 5'9", 175, short gain, and it's going to be 3rd and about 4.
And watching
2nd and 4.
Watching film on a little bit of Ozark. Ozark is a team that doesn't huddle. They line up on the scrimmage real quick. Everybody's got those armbands looking for the play.
Send a man in motion again, and this time the quarterback keeps it and nowhere to go, and a host of tacklers, Appleberry and Sturdivant both there, and Austin O'Hara was there as well. O'Hara, the leading tackler through 5 games by 1, ahead of Sturdivant.
Again, Ozark there is running the option. Ozark likes to run the option quite a bit. Sometimes they'll do what I'd say is the old-fashioned triple option.
3rd and 3. Yeah, they got Oklahoma-type red uniforms on. They're going to pass. They throw it over the middle, and it is short, incomplete, intended for Jake Skaggs. He dives and misses it, and it brings up a 4th and 4, and Ozark's going to have to punt it away.
Excluding the encroachments, Ozark wasn't able to move the ball at all. Our defense just shut them down. 2 run plays that didn't go for anywhere, and an incomplete pass, bringing up 4th and medium. It'd be great if we could get a nice return here, set our offense up for a short field, and stick it to Ozark really quick again.
Yeah, I mean, the young guys that got in last week on defense played really well last week, and they're going to be out there again. Mentioned Erickson already, and we'll Mention the others as we go on. That one almost rolls up the back of a coverage man for Ozark and then rolls all the way down to near the 20-yard line, which is where Republic will take over, leading 7-0 with 9:44 left in the first quarter. So Lucas Hayes will get the team out there again, and they'll see what they can do.
If you go back and watch that punt, we came pretty close to blocking that punt. I see maybe we make Ozark punt again, that we bring a little bit more force up the middle. There's about 3 or 4 white jerseys that made the punter kind of have to rush his steps a little bit.
Landon Porter comes out here to the near side. Ball on the far hash mark, and Clay White over there on that side. And Sigmund goes in motion over by him, and they're going to throw it to White, and he almost breaks free, but doesn't quite, and it's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. Set up a little screen, and wasn't anywhere to go.
Yeah, if you're a defender, especially linebackers, and you can kind of see the screen unfolding really slow, because screen plays, it take a little while for the play to come to fruition there. They just didn't fall for it right there and just blew the play up.
In motion goes Sterling this time. They're going to roll that direction and throw it to Sterling. Nice catch by Josh Sterling. Takes it out past the 30 to the 35-yard line. Wow, what a catch. Watch Sterling as he had to turn around and grab it.
Yeah, literally looks like he caught it with his fingers.
As opposed to what, Rich?
Well, instead of
I'm just kidding.
Catch it, making a clean catch there, he literally got it by the fingertips.
Got it by the
there.
fingertips. He did. It was. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's okay. Oh, encroachment again.
Wow. Well, Dustin Baldwin said this Ozark defense is aggressive, and I guess that's one of the downsides of being aggressive.
Oh, they're going to say it's on Republic.
Oh, so they say they drew it.
Wow. I didn't see anybody on our side move the ball.
Well, they lost 3 yards and a down on the first series and lose 5 yards here, but it's still first down, 1st and 15 from the 30-yard line. And off to Sterling. Spins away from one man, but taken down after a gain of about 3, 2nd down and 12.
What's interesting here is Ozark's D-line. Only one of them is in a 3-point stance. 3 of the 4, or sometimes if they only have 3, they are standing up. They may start off in a 3-point stance, but then they kind of shift and they stand up. You don't see that too many times where you've got interior D linemen standing up.
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers. Same look as at the end of that game last time, and it's a read, and Hayes tries to jump over the top and doesn't go anywhere. That's a couple. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Not crazy about the leaping attempt. He didn't really try to hurdle him, though, which is where I think the biggest danger is.
We've seen so recently, though, a lot of NFL and D1 guys trying to do that, and sometimes they're successful and sometimes they get caught and their heads slam on the ground.
Yep. That's the last thing Republic needs, the way Lucas Hayes is playing, is for him to go out for any reason. He's going to throw it, steps up, on the run, and overthrows Landon Porter up the near sideline. Incomplete, and Republic will have to punt it away.
Landon had a good 1 or 2 steps on his corner. Lucas just led him a little too much there. On the far opposite side, something maybe that the coaches can look at, the corners on the far side were playing really far off the ball, giving our guys a lot of room over there. A quick slant could possibly pop open as the game goes on.
And a whistle.
I think we were missing a guy. I saw Gavin Walker come off the sideline just as the ball was snapped.
So did they have 12 on the field, or?
No, he was coming onto the field. So
he was offsides then?
Yeah.
All right.
He comes running in at the last minute.
False start. On the kicking team. 5 yards.
So kind of chuckled at Ozark's 2 encroachments on that first drive. Republic's not exactly sharp on that series. Hughes gets it and gets it off. Nice kick all the way back inside the 40, and the ball is on the ground and ends up being covered by Ozark at the 35.
I think it may have initially hit one of the guys just as it took a bounce.
Let's watch. He almost, if he'd have called for a fair catch, it would have been interference, but he didn't. So, all right, yep. So he jumped on it, though. So Ozark gets it from the 36-yard line, their own 36, and they'll see what they can do. Gained only about a yard, except for that penalty on the last drive. And they give it to the fullback right up the middle. Muscles his way forward for a first down. So a good gain on first down by Tyler Bolin, the fullback, as he took the handoff from Strickler and took it right up the middle.
And in the option play, whenever the QB decides to give the ball there, that's the responsibility of the middle linebacker there to blow up the give or the dive back.
Four-man front for the Tigers. Give it to the fullback again. Bounces off one man, fights his way into Republic territory just across the 50-yard line. So good second effort. Ended up gaining 4 yards on that play. Didn't look like 4 yards as I eyeballed it, but he got quite a ways upfield.
With Ozark having so many guys just packed in there, they don't have very wide splits at all. It makes it difficult for linebackers to see exactly who is getting the ball, especially when you got a guy in motion, too, just as the QB is about to snap it.
Yep. And again, the handoff to the fullback. That time only gains a little over a yard, and it's going to be third down and about 5 coming up for the Ozark Tigers. 6:27 left to go in the first. Republic on top, 7-0.
On the previous drive, when it was 3rd and 5, Ozark tried to pass the ball. It was incomplete. Let's see if they will try to pass the ball this time around.
They pitch it to the outside, and it's going to be a first down, and then stepping out of bounds is the tailback Ethan Pritchard, 6'1", 185 junior. Picks up the first down for Ozark, and they move the change inside of Republic territory.
And on the defensive side, that's something that you can't get lulled to sleep on. There's 3 plays there where Ozark there's just a straight give. They gave it to the back, just going right up the middle, trying to suck everybody in, and then you pop one outside there, and that's something that the outside guys, whether you're the D end or you're the corner or the outside linebacker, you got to make sure the ball does not cross your face.
Rich, it looks like the left side of Ozark's line lines up a yard behind the right side.
Yes.
I didn't think you were allowed to do that.
Great second effort. Is the ball loose? Republic looks like they may have the ball. Let's see. There's no whistle. And they're going to sort it out. The ball was on the ground, so that's the downside of second effort.
Yes.
Republic says they have it. No signal from the officials.
Yep, they've got it.
They do have it. So Republic ends up with the ball. Let's see if we can see it come out. Nope. Well, yeah, we do see him pick it up there at the tail end of the replay, but it took so long to sort it out that we weren't able to get back far enough to show you what happened. And a big turnover there. We talked about minimizing mistakes and having fewer turnovers than Ozark, and right now, Ozark with the first turnover of the night.
Now, a lot of guys who are calling the offensive plays like to do a big strike or a trick play coming after a turnover, so let's see if Coach Baldwin does something like that.
I didn't see who got that. Anybody up here see that?
I did not.
On the read, Hayes keeps it. Huge hole up the middle into the secondary, inside the 35 down to the 30. And he's going to be marked down at about the 29-yard line. So a huge gain by Lucas Hayes, and he is at it again.
That was a very good job on his part, making the decision to pull the ball from the guy that was crossing his face and going out his right-hand side there. Obviously, he saw something the last second that he knew that he needed to pull the ball out of the back's hand, go to the right-hand side. There was a huge hole there for him to run. It was almost untouched after he'd ran about 15 yards.
Empty backfield. 4 wide receivers to the left and a whistle and a timeout called by Dustin Baldwin, I think.
Timeout. White.
Yep, Republic calls a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 5:08 left to go in the first quarter. Republic leading 7-0, and they have the ball, and they're in Ozark territory. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Any day's a great day to send flowers. Heaven's Sent Flowers and Gifts has been your local florist in Republic since 1987, offering free local delivery. Call them at 732-1334 or go online to heavenssentflowers.com.
Hey now, Cracker Jack Shack.
Cracker Jack Shack has got your back with custom apparel for your club, organization, or business. And they take screen printing to the next level with amazing new software that lets you track your order online from concept to artwork to the finished product. Link it, see it, click it, get it. Only at the Shack.
Always on time and right on track. Cracker Jack Shack, we got your back. Cracker Jack Shack.
Well, we asked around up here during the break, and Joe Whitworth, who does the stats for the team up here, says he thinks it was Micah Erickson who got that. So that would be 3 in 2 games, in 2 career varsity games for Micah Erickson. A little kind of razzle-dazzle play there. Back the other direction to Sigmund. He makes a man miss, goes around another man, takes it down inside the 15, and
that didn't look exactly like the throwback screen of when I played a long time ago, but that looked very similar to throwback screen. You make everything look like it's going one way, but your back or receiver goes out the other way, and the QB literally turns himself away from where he was looking at and throws it.
Hayes is going to keep it. Huge hole on the right side. He's going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And another touchdown for Lucas Hayes. It's 13-0, and that's 21 touchdowns this year for Lucas Hayes. And it's looking great for Republic here in the early going.
I hope he tacks on another 5 this evening. That's just because it's Ozark week.
And he needs and that would tie the record. I think most schools you get 6 in a game. You're probably going to break the school record, but not when Journey Jones went to your school. So he had 7 against Glendale a few years ago, and that kick is no good. I think. Yep, wide left. Sailed on him on Northrop, and so with 4:42 left to go in the first quarter, it's 13-0 Tigers. We'll take a quick break and be back with more after this timeout on Republic Tiger Sports.
Parents and grandparents, it's not too late to make great memories with your high school students before they head off for college. One way to do that is the gift of travel. Republic Travel Advisor Crystal Hicks has helped lots of families make those memories, and she's standing by to help you too. Just drop her a line, crystal@southwesttravel.biz, and let her do the planning for you, and all without additional fees. That's Southwest Travel Advisor Crystal Hicks in Republic. Black Lab Coffee is more than just amazing coffee. It's the locally owned coffee shop where you can drop in, be greeted by name, and enjoy a quiet place to work or some peaceful conversation. Black Lab Coffee at 545 East Elm Street in Republic.
Tigers have been kicking ground ball kicks lately. Let's see if they keep it up. Yeah, they kind of bounce it. It's kind of almost like a long onside kick. It took a while to cover it up, but Ozark got it. And you get the sense that Ozark they might not give the ball up, but they're definitely not going to be returning any of those if they keep it up like this.
And what's great is throughout the whole year, we have been making teams kind of guess on if we're going to kick the ball deep or if we're going to kind of knuckleball it and let it bounce on the ground a little bit. So each Friday night, our opponents have to essentially have to practice for all sorts of kickoffs against us.
Pack tied in there. Strickler under center again. He throws it quickly over to the sideline, and it is complete for first down yardage and out of bounds beyond the marker. Catch made by Jake Skaggs. First down Ozark, 4:32 left to go in the first quarter.
And watching a little bit of film on Ozark on their opponents, or the games rather, throughout the week, Ozark really doesn't have any consistencies. They'll throw the ball on first down, second down, third down. There's no rhythm to it.
It's a keeper this time for Strickler. And he steps back, still on his feet, and takes it into Republic territory, down inside the Republic 40, before he's finally brought down there by O'Hara. Looked like the defense got a little tangled up around itself there, trying to tackle him, and he cut back and had an opening.
And against a team that likes to run the option, you've always got to have someone that's on the QB. You can never let the QB run untouched. There's got to be your linebacker that's responsible for going and hitting the QB, even if he's about to pitch the ball. You still got to make contact with him.
Turn and hand it off to the tailback, and nowhere to go. Got maybe a yard. That carry by Max Schilling, the senior. And O'Hara there again for the stop.
Excluding one time, we've pretty much shut down so far this quarter. Ozark just trying to run the ball between the guards. Most of their success has been outside the tackles.
Second down and maybe 8, and jumping again. That time it was Sturdivant over on the far side. Let's see if he was drawn off. Nope, encroachment on Sturdivant. So both teams a little antsy on defense. And that's a 5-yard gain, and that's one of those situations where 5 yards makes a big difference, from 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 3.
Yeah, our guys cannot be thrown off by Ozark, having a guy go in motion. Since we can't hear if they're trying to do a hard count or not, but that's something that everybody kind of is practicing now, is the QB going up there and doing a hard count before he actually does a snap to draw someone off sides.
They're going to throw it, and they do, and it's complete. Inside the 20, fighting forward to the 15 is Jake Skaggs. And another first down for Ozark, and they're in striking distance in the red zone themselves. First time tonight.
Ball is placed on the 15-yard line. First down time.
Again, Ozark, sometimes they're all getting the calls, having to look at their head, their armbands. Sometimes they're looking for some type of signal from their coach.
And a keeper by Strickler. He's got room, and he takes it into the end zone, and that's a touchdown for Ozark with 2:49 left to go in the first quarter. Ozark on the board for the first time. That makes it 13-6. So the penalty helped make that play a little bit easier to get the first down on the play before, and then the touchdown by Strickler, and a chance to cut into this now 7-point lead for Republic, 13-6. They're running their kicker out there? Yeah, they've got a kicker out there.
Yeah, they were missing a lineman.
That's Thomas Rushing who's kicking.
They're missing another lineman. They only had 9 guys out there for their kickoff, or extra point,
Down to 8 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry to get it off. Snap is high, but they got it down, got it up. And it's good. So with 2:49 left in the first, it's 13-7. Republic with the lead. They will get the ball back and try to make it a 2-touchdown lead again. And we'll take a break and see if they can do it after this timeout. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Gold Medal Gyms is where Republic athletes build a foundation for future success. Whether it's gymnastics, cheerleading, or tumbling, young athletes learn skills that prepare them to take on virtually any sport they choose. Sign up for your free trial at their gorgeous facility at Highway 60 and Highway M. Gold Medal Gyms, raising the bar for Republic athletics. Eddie Barbecue Company is home to great barbecue, including the famous Pig Nasty Sandwich. And they're also home to the Mid-Missouri Bank Retmo Football Show every Wednesday night. Go in and check them out or call them for takeout at 732-4BBQ.
Quarter at home, back for Republic. Rushing.
Ozark has it teed up. They just scored their first touchdown of the night to make it 13-7 Republic. That missed extra point may loom large as it did last week. Republic got away with it last week on the late touchdown, but it momentarily looked like it was going to be a disaster. That kick is taken by Porter on about the 2-yard line. And he's still on his feet to the 30, to the 40. One man to beat. Can he beat him? He does. 40, and then the 35 steps back, lets one man pass him all the way down to the 27-yard line. A great return by Landon Porter.
Yeah, there was a huge hole to his right, and soon as he saw it, he kind of hit that second gear right there as soon as he gets through it.
And a great start and great starting position for the Tigers. That better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health, committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. So Republic will start on the Ozark 27-yard line. And other than the one drive that stalled out early, it's been pretty easy moving the ball for Republic so far. They can avoid mistakes. Sigmund, not much room up the middle, takes it forward for about 2, second down and 8. 2:29 left to go in the first.
That time, Lucas had a lot of space to his left-hand side. I think maybe if he would have decided to keep that time and go out the left side, he could have gained a lot more yards, but obviously he's down the field making those quick decisions. I'm up here not having to do that.
We're making our own kind of quick decisions up here, Rich. All right, second down and 8. We just don't get hit at the end. He's going to throw it, and he's going to get hit from behind. Didn't see the blind side coming, and the sack made by Logan Baldwin, the junior, who came up from behind and knocked Hayes over. That has not happened very often this year.
No, and that's going to be kind of a missed block. That was a block that should have been sustained. The guy on the left-hand side there at the end of our O-line just wasn't able to sustain his block. There's got to be communication there, too. If you kind of miss your block, you be able to communicate to your QB.
3rd and 15. They give it to Porter. They are going to reverse it. No, they're going to throw it. Clay White is going to throw it. Coming back for it is Hayes, and he dives forward to the 21-yard line. So that was a lot of action for not a whole lot of yardage, but they get, I think, within range where they go for it on 4th, and it's a little bit easier. So they give it to Porter. He pitches it to White, who throws it. Hayes had to come back for it because White's not a quarterback, and came back and caught it, and he fought his way forward, and now it's 4th and about 4. That was a crazy play. That looked like it was drawn up on the playground. Hayes is going to throw it quickly, and he overthrew Holland. He was under pressure on the blitz. That was Logan Baldwin coming after him, and he had to get rid of it. And Ozark's going to take over on downs. And so that drive does stall out.
And on this drive here, Ozark became very aggressive off the edges. They were pulling some guys off the stand-up D end there. You got an outside linebacker, a middle linebacker that's walking down. That's something that our offense is going to have to adjust to, and the O-line is going to have to talk about, how are we going to block these guys that are screaming off the edges.
Yeah, and the thing is that you don't really – they may not do that next time. They may do something else. They mix it up so much. Fullback, no, I thought the fullback had it. He didn't. And it was Strickler who was knocked back and lost 2 or 3 yards.
And that's an example of a really good option play. If you can run the option play so well that you make people not realize who's got the ball, that's something that obviously you've practiced and gone over and gone over.
Yep. With the exception that you would like to gain yards, I guess.
Correct.
But they executed right up to that point perfectly. Now we've got a conversation or
into
a timeout.
The quarter.
Oh, that was fast. So, end of 1. It's 13-7 Republic. We will switch ends, take a break, and be back with the second quarter after this timeout. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Every insurance company hopes you drive safely, but Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know when you go too fast, brake too hard, and gives you feedback to help you drive safer and lower your cost. Contact Republic agent Jesse Pritchett to learn more. That's Allstate agent Jesse Pritchett in Republic. New York Life agent Michael Weeks is a proud supporter of Republic Tiger Athletics, and this fall he's also sponsoring our weekly Player of the Game feature. Every week you can find a Player of the Game alongside our game summary at RepublicTigerSports.com. Thanks to New York Life agent Michael Weeks for his support of Republic Tiger Sports. Republic Glass has been a part of our community since 1972, and they've been family-owned and operated all the way. Whether it's commercial, residential, or auto, or a mirror or shower door that needs attention, Republic Glass has you covered. Call them at 732-7044. If it's glass, you want Republic Glass on East Harrison, across from the post office in Republic, or at 732-7044.
So 2nd and 12 after the loss as the second quarter begins, and the Republic Tigers leading 13-7. I think they're packed in even tighter than usual on this one. They're going to throw it over the middle and overthrown, intended for Ethan Pritchard, and out ahead of him by Strickler, and it's 3rd down and 12. And that puts the defense in a good spot here.
What's also a little different for Ozark's offense, too, is nowadays most QBs, when they're going to pass the ball, they're in the shotgun.
Yeah.
And Ozark's QB is under center. So
is this the first team all year that we've seen that's not in the shotgun? I think it might be.
Right, or some type of spread offense, too. So Ozark's kind of going old school on the offensive side.
It's just become so commonplace. They had 2 men in motion there at one time, so that's going to be a flag, and it's going to back them up 5 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 17 instead of 3rd and 12. Yeah, I was kind of in the middle of that thought. It's happened so thoroughly that you don't even realize. It used to be, wow, this team is running plays out of the shotgun every down. That's really weird. And now you see a quarterback under center, and it catches you by surprise. I'm showing my age. 3rd and long for Ozark. Strickler almost tripped himself up, backing up, and the ball is tipped away. And good coverage downfield by Landon Porter. Got the hand up, knocked it down. And it's going to be 4th down. Everybody was kind of slow to react on there on the field. I don't know if they were looking around for a flag or what, but Ozark was slow to come out with the punt team, and now here they come. And you mentioned it, Rich, last time that Republic came close on that last one, and they might try and pressure up the middle on the next one, and this would be a good time to do it. His back is almost in the end zone. And it's a bad snap. He had to run after it.
Oh, get away from it.
Kicked it straight up in the air. It's going to roll to the 30 and then go backwards to the 29, and Republic's going to end up about where they started their last drive.
Yeah.
That one didn't end up in a touchdown, so maybe Ozark thinks they've got them right where they want them.
This time, though, we've got to take advantage of this. Now we're in the second quarter. We can't allow short field advantages here to just slip away from us. The ball being on the 29, this is definitely the situation that we've got to put some points up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, especially, after last week, no lead feels safe, but you definitely don't want to be missing chances to score like the Tigers did last time. Hayes is going to keep it. There's nobody over there. And he's just going to run right between those last two defenders down to the 5. The defense bit hard, and that's what they do. Right. They're so aggressive that they just went after Sigmund.
And that's what I was talking about earlier on the previous drive when Lucas gave the ball. If he would have kept it that time and gone out his left-hand side, he probably would have gotten as much yardage on that one. So
just
there
wide
may
open.
have been some communication after that last drive. Hey, Lucas, keep the ball, go out the left.
Empty backfield. Hayes is going to keep it. He's going to go in again. Another touchdown for Hayes.
Untouched.
3 on the night, 22 on the year. And with 11:14 left to go in the second quarter, Hayes runs it in from 6 yards out, I think.
5.
5 yards out, and makes it 19-7 Republic. And they're going to kick it. I thought maybe they'd go for 2.
And another red zone touchdown for Ozark, keeping that pattern going, that consistency.
Yeah, so 2 for 2 tonight, or 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
Were they in the? Yeah, they were in the red zone all 3. I was thinking maybe they scored from outside the red zone. So yeah, 3 for 3 tonight, and the kick is the kick no good? No good. So they've missed 2. I thought maybe they, as I mentioned, would go for 2 on that after they missed the one before to kind of get it back to 21, but they've missed 2 in a row now. And it's 19-7. We'll keep it right here. 22 touchdowns for Lucas Hayes on the year. And he's just, I mean, the Ozark defense is leaving big holes for him to run through. I mean, this could be another big night for Lucas Hayes. He had 499. It's pretty tough to obviously to get to that kind of a level on your yardage because he passed for so many too. But the defense is just letting him run wild.
I would just keep calling that same play too until Ozark stops it. Just keep calling it.
No need to pass.
No, that's true. Another line drive. This one hits the foot of the return man. Picked up, turns around. Looked like he wanted to pitch it. That would have been a dangerous play. And he's down to just past the 30-yard line.
I'm not sure if he was wanting to pitch it to be savvy or pitch it because he saw a bunch of white jerseys screaming at him, and he's like, I don't want any of this.
11:02 left to go in the second quarter, and it's 19-7 Republic, and let's see what the defense can do. Gave up a touchdown there last time. How long was that last drive by Ozark?
It wasn't their last drive, but
the touchdown drive.
It was 67 yards.
All right, so they did march it quite a ways. On the option, they pitch it to the outside. Good outside block. And running room, Appleberry finally brings down the ball carrier, Thomas Rushing. But not before a big gain into Republic territory across midfield.
And that was a breakdown of assignment football there. When you go against a team that runs the option, there's someone accountable for the dive back that gets faked to, the QB who's the pitch man, and then who he's pitching the ball out to. There's got to be someone for all three levels there, and we missed the level of the outside guy.
That carry by Thomas Rushing. I wish Ozark had a quarterback named Jimmy Throwing and a receiver named Johnny Catching. Going to run the option again and keeping it. And down almost near the first down again is the quarterback Strickler.
And Ozark may see something here too, that either the QB keeping the ball or him pitching it out there on the option is kind of key to some of the big chunks or big yard plays that they've gotten so far in this first half.
The defense is not the most experienced defense, and you throw all these different looks at them with the option, and that can get a little dicey sometimes. Somebody moved for Ozark on the right side of the line. I don't know if that was Logan Brewer, 56, or Adam Baker, 65.
That's all. Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty makes second down and 5 to go.
Yeah, I think it was not the end. I think it was 56. Adam Baker, who moved. Tiger defense in a four-man front. Keeping it, pitching it to the right side. Big hole. And all the way into the end zone goes Ethan Pritchard. So Pritchard scampers in and makes it 19-13, and this is going to be another one of those games, guys. Defenses do not look like they are going to be doing a lot of stopping unless somebody tightens up.
Right, and Ozark realized that 2 plays before that we did a really bad job coming down and getting the outside guy, that once the QB pitches it, there's not going to be anybody out there. And again, that's how we get burnt on that touchdown.
Extra points up and good, and now it's 19-14. So instead of a 7-point lead, as it would be if the extra points had been good, it's only 5 now. And it starts to get a little tight. Republic needs to answer.
The defense has got to toughen up, because if this cannon goes off too much more tonight, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
It is, it is. It's not quite. You know what I didn't notice? That reminds me. Does Branson, Rich Miles, you're from Branson. Do you know, does Branson still set off that infernal horn every time they score? I didn't hear it this year.
It is a train horn.
No, it's not a train, but it's
No,
it's on a ship.
That didn't exist when I was there, but when we had it, it was a train horn.
Train pirates.
And
I think that was a movie in the 70s.
Since we scored so many touchdowns in the 90s, there a lot of teams and fans of the opposing schools got annoyed with that horn.
That's a nice humble brag, Rich. Yeah, we scored so many touchdowns we had to stop using it.
Wore the horn out.
That's a word that a lot of people describe me as, humble.
All right, let's see what the Tigers can do. They kick it right to Porter, and he's got the wedge. 20, 25, 30, drags the pile, and finally pushed back. Takes it out to the 30, so another good return by Landon Porter. Well, maybe I don't want them to wear the cannon out here tonight. Maybe they just won't get to use it.
Well, I think this may be one of the longest drives that we may have if we go down and score here. I'm going to go 70 yards. The previous drives have been short fields.
Yeah, the first one might have been a little longer.
First two were 67. The last one was 29.
I guess the one you're thinking of, they didn't score on the short field. Give it to Sigmund. And gets away from one man, but cannot get away from the other. That was Tim Albright who wrapped him up and brought him down. Gain of about 2. Second down coming up.
Public goes with the little bunch formation.
And mishandled snap. Hayes picks it back up and then dropped it, but luckily for the Tigers, Ozark did get it.
Man,
let's look at that again. I thought Republic had jumped on it, but I guess not. I don't know that we're going to be able to see anything from this angle.
Yeah, I thought the whistle had blown when Lucas got it. I mean,
No, 25 had it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, just like that, Ozark's got a chance to take the lead. 9:19 left to go in the second quarter. Costly turnover by the Tigers.
Yeah, it's just the little mistakes right there that just eat you up as a fan and as a coach. It's the little things like that help the opposing team out.
And a whistle. Couple of flags end up on the ground.
Got to turn his mic on.
So another false start against Ozark. Backs them up 1st and 15 with 9:17 remaining. At least on false start penalties, they're blowing the whistle tonight before the play gets underway.
Right.
Last week there was a little bit of trouble with that. They would run the play and then they would call a false start. 1st and 15 from the 30. Strickler under center.
Oh,
I think somebody moved again.
Should have thrown the flag there on that one.
Quick pass out to the sideline. Gain of about 7, and I'm with you. I thought they moved.
Yeah, they had the guy in motion, but then the guy, one of the wing backs on the right-hand side, jerked his shoulders one way. 2 guys moving at the same time before the ball is snapped.
Second down and 9 after a gain of 6. And that time in to make the hit was, who was that got up off the bottom of the pile? I think it was Morehouse. Yep, Morehouse made the tackle. Gain of maybe a half yard, not really though. Yep, yeah, they're going to move it up about a half yard, maybe a yard. 3rd down and 8. This is a big play coming up here for the Tiger defense. Another keeper. And not much running room. Gain maybe 4, maybe 5. It's going to be 4th down, but Ozark in position to go for it, and they're going to get right back up to the line and try it again. Big play for the defense. O'Hara, middle linebacker, calling out the defensive alignment, and they jumped. So a costly penalty there.
It looked like the left guard moved, I think.
Yep, Hunter Tennyson.
Ball start on the offense, 5 yards.
I think Ozark will still go for it, but that probably changes the play call now.
Yeah, I think you go for it here. I mean, even if it was 4th and 15, I think you go for it. You don't really lose that much if you don't make it. They're going to throw. Pump fake once, and then hit and dropped.
Good.
Appleberry came in and clobbered the intended receiver, Thomas Rushing, and he's hurt. That was a big hit, but he gets back up. So Appleberry stuck him.
Yeah, he did.
And watch him come up. That was caught, and then Appleberry jarred it loose. Huge hit, and a big defensive play by Jaden Appleberry.
And that's how you coach, too. Appleberry didn't come in leading with the head or anything like that, doing anything dangerous. He came in with his head up, wrapped him up, and obviously he saw where the ball was going before the QB even threw it. He knew exactly which receiver was the target. He came flying in. Great job, Appleberry, busting up that play.
But he timed it perfectly. So the Tigers have the ball on the 24-yard line. Hayes fakes it to Sigmund, runs off the right side. Lots of room again. Past the 40, out to midfield, into Ozark territory, and a flag comes in at the 45 of Republic.
Man,
if that's a hold upfield, well, there's a flag back behind as well. So 2 flags, and that's going to presumably back them up. I was going to say if that first flag downfield.
2 holding calls.
So maybe Ozark will take the one upfield. What do you think?
I'm not going to, no comment on that.
So that's going to back Republic up, and Hayes' big run that time is negated. Gained about 25 on that one, 26.
But that play has worked every time where Hayes has done a good job of reading, faking it to the ball carrier one way and then going back out the opposite way and catching Ozark's backside of the defense off guard there.
How many have Republic passed yet?
Yes.
Yes, the trickeration.
Oh yeah. They had a couple of screens.
They've had 3 passing, 3 completions.
In motion goes Gavin Walker, and they give it to Sigmund, and he's tripped up. If he'd have stayed on his feet, he had a little more running room, but instead he's tripped up and gains only about 2, and it's going to be 2nd down and going to be 2nd and 16.
2nd down and 17 for Republic.
17 is what they're going to call it.
And this is going to be definitely a place that a turnover is something that cannot happen this deep in our own field.
Hayes is going to throw it. He goes up top, and good coverage, and he overthrew the intended receiver, Landon Porter. Clay White over here on the near side is waving his hands after the play like I was open over here. But it's going to be 3rd down and 17. So Republic's got to figure something out here. They had success on 3rd and long on a couple of drives late in the game last week. Plays or situations a lot like this where they didn't lose their composure. They completed the pass they needed and got the yardage they needed. They threw it to Sterling at least once in those situations, and Sterling is split out wide over here.
Have to call a timeout. Play
White.
Clock's down to 2.
Yep, couldn't figure out what they wanted to do, and they do call a timeout with 7:15 remaining in the 2nd quarter. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Here's a touchdown for your family budget. Combine your home and auto insurance and save money with State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Find her online at sarahrader.com. Vision Health Eye Center. Outstanding eye care, exceptional eyewear. From glasses, prescriptions, and contact lens fittings to emergency eye care, they help your family see, feel, and look better than they ever have before. Check them out online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. The Simplex Insurance Nathan Dixon Agency is Republic's new independent insurance agency, and that means they can shop around to get you the best price to meet your insurance needs. Whether it's home, auto, farm, or commercial insurance, call the Simplex Insurance Nathan Dixon Agency, simplifying your insurance experience. Berry Patch Preschool and Daycare is excited to announce they're expanding to a brand new building on the corner of 174 and Hines. They accept children ages 0 to 12, teach preschool curriculum with hands-on learning and extracurricular activities like the library, the zoo, or Stretch and Grow. Give them a call for your preschool needs at 732-7761.
All right, big third down play here for the Tigers. In motion goes Sterling and a whistle. Flags come flying in. Both teams are not sharp and not what you'd want in a week 6. Both coaching staffs have to be a little bit upset with the way this is unfolding. And that makes it 3rd down and 22 now, and backed up all the way inside the 15, down to about the 11.
Yeah. Both teams have had just little dumb penalties like that on both sides of the field. Both defenses have had encroachment. Both offenses have had false starts.
3rd and 22. Last time the Tigers ran that play where Hayes just kept it, he gained 26. They're going to throw it, though. Steps up, launches it upfield, and he has White. White on his feet at the 50. Jukes a man and picks up a block.
Right behind you.
And now tackled from behind at the 35. What a run after the catch by Clay White.
Yeah, outstanding throw, great catch.
Just stepped up and put it right where it needed to be, and then watch White. 1 man misses, 2 man misses. The first man misses again and gets blocked, and then finally from behind. That guy would not have caught Clay White from behind in the open field, but he got him there. That better look at the action. Sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Find them online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. Hayes keeps it. Much running room again. On the right side, right up the hash mark on the left, rather, and takes it down to the 20. Another first down for Republic. So from 3rd and 22, 2 plays later, they've got it 1st and 10 on the Ozark 20.
And that's such a huge backbreaker for a defense when you think you've got the team pinned back deep, and then they're able to convert a long 3rd down on you. Just psychologically, it hurts you.
Ozark almost jumped again on the hard count. They held back, and Sigmund wrapped up and hit and dropped. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Bowman with the tackle, and with 6:14 left to go in the first half, rather. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Getting close to just right outside the red zone here. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe they call the same play where Lucas just keeps the ball. He's had huge success just running right up the middle.
Somebody's car horn is going off in the distance. Hayes, stutter step inside the 20 down to the 19, and there's the red zone. I was about to say they can't be stalled here because I wouldn't know whether to call this a red zone visit or not. Were they on the 20 on the first one?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay, see,
they were like on the 20
or in the red zone
or something, just barely out.
Third and 9 from the 19. Clock is ticking. 5:20 left to go in the first half. Tigers on top, 19-14. Hayes is going to throw it, and just a little pitch out to Sigmund, who is tackled short of the first down marker, but close to it at about the 11. And it's going to be 4th and short for the Tigers. They're going to get right back up to the line and go again. Ball on the right hash mark.
Try maybe do that hard count to try to draw them off sides. Get the easy 5 yards,
there they
just
go.
like that.
Yep. The first guy jumped and got back. The second guy did not, and inside the 10 they go. Tigers trying to make it 4 for 4 in the red zone. Again, they've only failed to score in the red zone twice all year. And so 4 for 4 tonight would keep up that success. Hayes, little shovel pass, incomplete. Tried a little trickery there where it made the defense think that he was going to either roll or throw it to the outside, and then shoveled it to Sigmund, and Sigmund wasn't quite ready for it.
Now, part of that, too, was Ozark had at least one, if not two, D linemen that just
had to kind of rush it.
Blew things up there.
Yep. 2nd and 6. 2nd and goal from the 6, rather. Sigmund squeezes through a hole, tripped up, fights his way forward, just short of the goal line. It's going to be 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
What do you think they'll do? Do you think they'll try to just go right up the middle, or do you think they'll try to bounce it outside and go outside of the tackles?
I think Hayes is going to keep it. He's going to go right there on the right side. Oh, he went to the left side. Sorry, he's in. Touchdown, Republic. 4 minutes left exactly. And Hayes is in the end zone for the 4th time tonight. With 4 minutes left in the second quarter, it is 25-14. Republic back on top by 11. And again, 4 for 4 now in the red zone. We had a whole discussion this week about how many times has Republic been in the red zone and how many times have they scored, and I can't remember those numbers off the top of my head, and I didn't write them down, but they're very good. This Tigers trip to the red zone is sponsored by State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Learn more about State Farm coverage and get in the red zone yourself at sarahrader.com. And that extra point is good. And so the lead is back to 12, 26-14, and with 4 minutes left, Republic needs a stop here. Ozark, of course, will get the ball first to start the second half.
It'd be great here for the defense to not give up some points there. Exactly what you said. It'd be great, too, if it make Ozark go 3 and out, save a little bit of time there for our offense to get the ball and, you know, possibly put some points up there right before halftime because, like you said, you know, Ozark, you don't want to allow them to in the first half with the ball, then start the second half with the ball.
Turnover would be nice. Micah Erickson, maybe he can fall on another fumble.
Yeah.
He's still 1 short of his average, so career average coming in tonight was 2. Now it's down to 1.5. So
school record, isn't it?
For a career
average,
career game per game fumble recoveries. Yeah, I think so. Another ground ball kick, bounces high, and right up the middle, spinning, staying on his feet, out past the 40. That was a nice return by Tyler Bolin.
Yeah, he was able to spin out of a couple of tackles there. Then he just kind of got corralled by about 4 different white jerseys that could have all been given credit there for the tackle.
Bryce Messier, Micah Erickson, Morehouse, and Sturdivant on the far end, the 4-man front for the Tigers. And that time they play it well. Still, though, a gain of 3 for Strickler. Second down and 7.
Did a good job playing that out. Jared Hughes came up and was able to make the QB decide to keep the ball. That time our defense did a good job of everybody did assignment football. There was someone to take the dive back, there was someone to take the QB, and there was someone that was going to be there on the outside receiver.
Talked to Dustin Baldwin about how hard it is to prepare for kind of this look when you don't see it that much. And Strickler keeps it, and he's into the secondary, and Hughes and Appleberry bring him down, but not before a big gain down inside the Republic 40. 3:13 left in the first half.
And again, you know, not wanting to harp on it there, but they're making the huge chunks of yardage there on the option. Got to make sure that there's someone that comes up and takes the QB. Even if he pitches at the last second, there's got to be someone there that's making contact on that QB.
The option is just it's tailor-made for a defense that is not very experienced, because you get so many decisions to make on the fly. And that time they give it up the middle and the defense is there. First man was Cody Morehouse, I believe, that make the hit. And then Sturdivant was there as well. O'Hara gets credit for part of it as well. 2:36 and the clock ticking, and it's 2nd down and 10. Ozark's not in any hurry.
No. I'd be careful about the pass here. Ozark just switched out one of their wingbacks for a receiver.
They've got a man wide to each side. This is the spread for them. Yeah, they're running the option. And a stiff arm to O'Hara, and then tackled by Porter, but not before he takes it inside the 27. Another first down.
Ozark Tigers.
You're right. Ozark doesn't seem to be in any hurry. They're not rushed. Everybody's kind of nonchalantly looking over the sideline.
I mean, if
they get the call and they look at their armbands to see what play it is.
If they score too fast, Republic's liable to answer them with another touchdown. So there's a blitz from behind, and coming out of nowhere and making the hit was Bryce Messier. And let's watch that one again. He came unimpeded to the quarterback and put a hit on him. Comes around the far side.
Bryce just beats the guy that was supposed to block him.
Two guys stood up and watched him run past.
Yeah.
That better look at the action brought to you by Vision Health Eye Center. They're committed to helping you get a better look at everything.
We call that the lookout block. That's what you yell at your QB. Look out.
That sounds like a Silver Dollar City joke. If they had football in Silver Dollar City, that's the kind of joke they would tell. Now, little cutback coming all the way across the field. Lots of running room. And a touchdown for Ozark. Jake Skaggs took it from the far side of the field all the way back to the near side and ran it in. And just Republic overran him. Everybody out of position, and he made them pay. And so it's 26-20 and a chance to cut it to 5 again with 1:01 remaining in the second quarter. Republic will get the ball back with time to do something if they can get a couple of big gains. Kick is up and good. And with 1:01 left in the first half, leads back down to 5. 26-21 Republic. Sorry about the cannon, Tim Barnes. We'll take a break and let Tim find his earplugs after this timeout on Republic Tiger Sports.
Hines Street Pharmacy delivers prescriptions right to your door, and they can often save you money compared to what you're paying at the big box pharmacies. And their drive-up window can help you avoid long lines on your way home from work, too. Hines Street Pharmacy. Experience the hometown difference. Whether you have a hole in your roof or you're missing a single shingle, you know who to call in Republic. It's Mike Mansker and the team at Absolute Roofing. Give them a call at 869-0444 or find them online at absoluteroofers.com.
Well, the Tigers scored in a little over a minute. I think it was 67 seconds last week when they had to. They'll have to do it in 61 or less to get another touchdown before the break. 26-21, they've got a 5-point lead. Ozark gets the ball first in the second half, and that kick is going to be out of bounds. So the flag flies.
With all our local heroes, please report to the south end of the track. Local heroes to the south end of the track.
Yeah, we're not able to get a huge return on that, obviously, but at the same time, with the ball going out of bounds, that brings the ball
up to the 35.
Up to the 35.
I think.
It's either 35.
Well, we're not the only ones apparently who aren't sure. Yep, 35.
First 10 from 35.
Lucas Hayes runs in from the sideline with the play. And the Tigers break the huddle. Over here on the near side is Chase Buford at wide receiver. Trips to the right. They send Sterling in motion. Fake it to him. And following a block is Hayes. He's tackled after a gain of about 3. Clock runs down. 54 seconds. Clock moving. We'll get the play and get back up to the line. Sigmund in the backfield. No hurry. 37 seconds left. Gavin Walker in motion. Rolling to his right and throwing to Walker. Overthrew him. Going toward the sideline. That was designed so if Walker did catch it, he would be able to get out of bounds. Stops the clock either way. And now with 30.7 left, it's 3rd down and about 6.
What you don't want to do is go 3 and out here real quick and then possibly allow Ozark to have like one last play right before halftime.
Yeah, they almost got to run the ball. They've got a timeout left. Well, they're going to throw it. Hayes under pressure, throws it up top, and he's got a man open. It's Porter down to the 20.
Wow.
What a throw, what a catch by Landon Porter, and Porter having a huge game.
He had to turn back around to catch that ball and almost caught it as he was falling down to the ground.
And watch Hayes keep his composure as he steps up and hits him right on the numbers. Quick throw, and the ball batted down. 11 seconds left, 11.9. 2nd down and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Can't see who the far receiver was for Republic. Was that Clay? Not sure who was in the far over, but he, for just a short time there, he was able to beat his man.
Walker and Buford over here on the near side. Sterling in the slot there. Empty backfield.
Ozark's playing off.
Blitz, they're going to screen it and see if they can break something open and stop short. 4 seconds left. The Tigers will take a timeout with 4.1 remaining. That's their last timeout, and they'll get a shot at the end zone here.
Timeout, White. That's the 3rd final time.
Well, I kind of wonder if Marco Don Juan were here and healthy, this would be a situation where you might try the field goal.
Be about a 38-yard field goal from this point.
So it wouldn't be a gimme, but it'd give you an 8-point lead, or 8-point lead, 29-21, which is a lot more comfortable than 5.
Ozark gets the kickoff, starts the 3rd quarter also.
Yeah, so, I mean, a score here is a huge swing if the Tigers can pull it off. Clay White is out there.
4.1 seconds remaining. 3rd down.
Sterling and Walker over here on the near side. Empty backfield for Hayes. Going to step up. Going to throw it short. Threw it behind Porter, incomplete. And that is the end of the first half. So Porter was tied up. Even if he caught it, I don't think he would have made it into the end zone.
No.
And the Tiger drive falls short. They got, where'd they end up? Were they in the red zone there? Yep. Where'd they get to?
No, they were on the 21.
All right, so that doesn't count against their sterling record in the red zone. So at halftime, they have a 5-point lead, but as Tim mentioned a minute ago, Ozark will get the ball first, and the defense will have to find some answers for Ozark's option running game. 26-21 Tigers at half. We'll take a break and be back with the Gold Medal Gym's halftime show. After this timeout, you're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tigers Sports.
Pinnaker Chevrolet is hitting the big 4-0, and we are celebrating. Hi, this is Abby Pinnaker Rose. I am so excited that we are celebrating my father opening the doors to Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic 40 years ago. We still work by the values he started in 1979, to value each and every customer and to exceed every expectation. If you are looking for a new vehicle, have yours serviced, or need some body repair, stop by and make sure to tell Ed happy anniversary. Find new roads in Republic or online at PinnakerChevrolet.com.
Hashtag Casasa. Hashtag Mid-Missouri Bank.
What you doing?
Taking a Casasa selfie.
Casasa selfie?
Yeah, when I get Casasa cash back at Mid-Missouri Bank, I take a Mid-Mo Casasa selfie.
You do take a lot of selfies.
Right. When I get cash back for lunch break debit card swipes, Mid-Mo Casasa selfie. When I get cash back for weekend debit card swipes,
let me guess, Mid-Mo Casasa selfie?
Mid-Missouri Bank is building the community bank of the future in the Ozarks today. Visit midmobank.com, member FDIC.
State Farm Insurance is there anytime, anywhere you need it with helpful advice and award-winning service. In Republic, call Chris Yoakum at 732-1463 or go online at chrisyoakum.com and get to a better state. Central Gas Propane is locally owned and operated and offers exceptional customer service when you need it most. They go the extra mile to meet customers' needs with a level of service and communication no other company can beat. Call today to switch and save. Central Gas Propane at 417-725-3833 or online at centralgasmo.com.
I'm Todd Wojciechowski, Executive Vice President at People's Community Bank. Our mission is to put our communities first, and that's true right here in Republic. Whether it's supporting Republic schools or volunteering for one of the nonprofits doing good work in our hometown, all of us at People's Community Bank are committed to making Republic a better place to live. I hope you'll stop in soon and say hi.
People's Community Bank, right on Highway 60. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
So the other morning, my little girl woke up crying.
Hello, nightmare.
No, actually, it was an earache.
Hello, emergency room.
No, not the ER. Heavens no.
Hello, waiting room.
Not this time.
Hello.
Save my spot.
From CoxHealth.
I just went online, picked one of the urgent care walk-in clinics really close by, and they saved my spot in line.
That's health care on your schedule and on your terms.
Hello, convenience.
Visit CoxHealth.com to learn more.
Southern Sun Electric's a proud sponsor of the Classroom Spotlight. They encourage all student athletes not to settle for just good enough on the field, on the court, or in the classroom. Keep pushing yourself to higher levels and go Repmo from Southern Sun Electric. It's easier than ever to get your Rocco's Pizza fix. Place your order on their website at roccositaliankitchen.net or call them with one tap inside the Republic Tiger Sports mobile app. And don't forget dessert because Rocco's is serving homemade ice cream prepared right on site. Rocco's Italian Kitchen. Pizza, pasta, perfection. For more than 30 years, Yoakum Automotive has been the hometown auto repair shop you can trust, and with their new digital vehicle inspections, their mechanics will show you exactly what's wrong with your car and let you sign off before the repairs are made. Ask about their shuttle service and loaner vehicles when scheduling your appointment online at yoakumautomotive.com. Elliott Robinson & Company, LLP, Certified Public Accountants, is Republic's local full-service accounting firm, serving as your trusted business advisors. And this year, they're making possible our By the Numbers feature, where we look at stats that catch our eye on the Republic sports scene. Elliott Robinson & Company, conveniently located in the Wildwood Plaza across from Pinnaker Chevrolet, or find them online at ercpa.com. When you need a plumber, you usually need one fast, but you also want one who'll do the job right. In Republic, that's Far Better Plumbing. Whether it's residential, commercial, or you need excavation, call Far Better and let them take away the stress of your plumbing problem. Call them at 864-8703 or find them online at farbetterplumbing.com. Any day's a great day to send flowers. Heaven Sent Flowers and Gifts has been your local florist in Republic since 1987, offering free local delivery. Call them at 732-1334 or go online to heavenssentflowers.com.
Welcome back. The Gold Medal Gym's halftime show. Republic leading Ozark 26-21. Director Maddie Hall laughing at my expense as I'm dropping stuff all over the table here. Rich Miles, it's been an interesting first half. The Tigers, I mean, after those first couple of drives, I thought this is going to be a blowout, but the defense just hasn't been able to to stop Ozark, and Ozark's defense has done just enough to keep Republic in check.
You're exactly right. The Ozark's offense, most of it has just been big plays. I don't know the yardage off the top of my head, but their touchdowns have been big play touchdowns. This isn't, Ozark just marching down the field methodically, putting together like a 14 to 16 play drive and eating up a bunch of time. They've had some really big running or pass plays for, 25, 30 plus yards, and just caught our defense either over pursuing or just not in the right position, or some arm tackles where either the running back or the receiver just kind of, was able to rip through those arm tackles. Our offense, though, is definitely some bright spots. That is definitely something that has improved as the season's going on. Lucas is just, got to be one of his better rushing games. I think, off the top of my head, I don't have the numbers, but it's got to be up there with the Carl Junction game where both teams were just kind of slugging it out. Wouldn't surprise me one bit, though, if Coach Baldwin just kind of sticks to the game plan, stick to what worked in the first half, and allow Lucas to just keep the ball in his hand and just keep running it.
I mean, as I think of the first half and all of the offense that seemingly was going on, I can't believe it's only 26-21. I mean, granted, 26-21, I guess they're on a pace for 52-42, so that's a high-scoring game. But, after last week, Republic scored 35 in that first half. It just seemed like it should be more than 26-21, but that is a lot of points.
Yeah,
right, Tim Barnes, the statistician, would you confirm that 26-21 is a lot of points?
I would concur.
For a first half, you're exactly right. It is a lot of points. That right there is, probably your average final score for a lot of games whenever you're looking at the, the final scores late in the evening on a Friday. So, 26-21 is a lot of points for first half.
All right, well, we're all in agreement. That's 26-21 is a lot of points. This is the kind of biting analysis you only get on Republic Tiger Sports. Tim Barnes, you've been working diligently over there. I don't know if you're done with the halftime statistics, but if you are, if you would grace us with your knowledge, we would all appreciate it.
Sure, thank you. Lucas Hayes was 7 out of 13, 134 yards passing. He had 11 carries, 104 yards, and the 4 touchdowns. Riley Sigmund, 6 carries, 58 yards. Had five Tigers with catches led by Clay White with 51 yards in receiving. Total yards for Republic, 303. Ozark, Chance Strickler, only 4 out of 8, 66 yards passing. He had 9 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Total yards for Ozark, 236. And a lot of their drive, well, they had 3 drives, and they weren't short fields, but with the kickoffs they were not, there was like a 50-yard drive and a couple of 60-yard drives. So, the field position with the kickoffs, I think, helped them get the 21 points.
Yeah, I wonder if they would consider, if Republic's coaching staff might consider kicking it deeper. I don't know if they're worried about the run back, or if they just had so much success with that last week, and then, they're not really getting huge returns. But like you said, the kick is so short, Rich, that even if they don't return it, they're in pretty decent shape.
Yeah, you're right. And one of the main points behind that is not only are you afraid of possibly giving up yardage to a really fast return man, but if you kind of kick a knuckleball and it's bouncing around on the ground, that's a live ball, and the guys back there get really nervous when they're kind of bobbling and kicking the ball around when they know full well there's 11 imposing jerseys and running full speed down the field, just trying to rip their head off. So we've seen that a couple of times tonight, where the Ozark guys were kind of looking upfield and kind of bobbling the ball around, and that's what you hope, is that at least one time one of those kind of knuckleballs that's just rolling around, bouncing around the ground, isn't picked up very cleanly, and you get a white jersey or a Republic jersey flying down the field and is able to kind of hit that guy jar the ball loose and get awesome field position.
Yeah, probably I think the defensive play of the night, at least for Republic, was the Appleberry hit that broke up the pass.
On 4th down, yeah.
Yeah, it stopped the drive, would have been a first down, and Ozark probably would have gone in and scored. That's the way it was looking.
Right.
And Appleberry came up, made the hit, knocked the ball loose, and that was a big play. That got the Tigers the ball back.
That was a very good play. Bryce also had a sack there, but the next play ended up being a touchdown pass that Ozark was able to get there to make it 21 points.
So second half, we already talked about Ozark will get the ball first, and I don't know, what kind of adjustment do you make? It's the option. I mean, you know what they're going to run, but you know what they're going to run, but you don't know what they're going to do when they run it. That's what obviously makes the option such a difficult situation.
And most of the option is, how you respond to it. If the QB realizes, oh man, there's no one coming up on me, I don't need to pitch the ball, or vice versa. I'm about to get hit, but the guy I'm about to pitch it to, there's no one coming up to take him. So I'd mentioned it, several times in the first half. When you play a team that is very option heavy, the whole week, all you're doing is practicing that. You got to have assignment football. There's got to be someone that takes, if it's a triple option style like Ozark has shown sometimes, you got to have someone that's coming up on the running back, the fullback or the tailback or whatever back is back there that the QB can hand it off to blow that up. You got to have someone who's coming up on the QB, making contact with him, and you got to have someone on the outside, so if the QB does pitch it, you've shut down all three, obviously, options of the game. But there's been some times where we just haven't had anybody, either on the QB or who the QB is going to pitch it to.
Strickler's not the most accurate passer. Do you take a chance if they're killing you on the option? Do you just sell out to the option and stick everybody up in the box and say, hey, beat us if you can. We're going man-to-man in the back, and if you find somebody open, then so be it. I don't know.
I do kind of like that thinking there. Yeah, he's not lighting any defense up throughout the season with the passing game. Most of it has been on the ground. So yeah, you kind of pick your poison, and one of those where we're going to try our hardest to shut down the running game for the Ozark and force the hand of the QB to pass the ball.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Republic does to make the adjustment on defense, and whether Ozark makes any kind of an adjustment that would enable them to slow down Lucas Hayes and the rest of this Tiger offense. Kind of in my head, as Tim, you were giving us the stats, he's over 100 passing and over 100 rushing. I think he's about at 230 in the 230 total yards in the first half or so. Lucas is so.
Well, yes, and actually he caught a pass for 11 yards too. So.
He's
around at 250.
So yeah, he's close to his pace from Carl Junction, and that was already the most total yards that anybody had in one game. And kind of talked about it early in the year, but after that happened, there wasn't a record listed for total yards in a game. And going back and looking, the passing yards in a game was right around 3. And talking to people who were around, I don't remember who has that record, but I know Corey Stout is a quarterback who passed and ran a lot, and great quarterback in the 90s. Rich Miles over here shaking his head because I think he had some experience with Corey Stout's quarterbacking. But Corey Stout talked to his family, and I think his top game was 350 or upper 300s in total yards. He had higher passing yards than Lucas, but didn't rush for as many in that game. And so just the rushing yardage record belongs to Journey Jones in that Glendale game, and it's something like 417, 419. But, of course, he didn't pass the ball. And I don't think the Tigers had to pass the ball at all that night. I doubt he caught any passes. So I'm pretty sure that Lucas's game against Carl Junction was a school record, and now he's on a pace to do something similar tonight. Hopefully, even if he does, it's a different result than Carl Junction, because that ended up being a loss.
Yeah, our defense has got to come up big here. The offense obviously is going to have to keep putting points up. We can't stall like we did last week, where we got up, pretty fast on Willard, and you felt a little comfortable, but then when you don't score any points there for a long haul in the third quarter and you allow Willard to kind of get back in the game, that's something that we can't allow to happen. We've got to put some points up, and we've got to, on the defensive side, they've got to stop them at least a couple of drives so they don't just, match us point for point.
Pretty good student cheering section across the way, and we'll see if Zach White can get a shot of them. Of course, some of them are out at the concession stand. It's halftime, but they filled up that section. When the game starts again, they'll be full over there. So the Retmo Ambush having a big night and having a little fun, I'm sure, with a 5-point lead at halftime, 26-21. And I don't know which students are in charge of that this year. Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head.
They've done a nice job of organizing and had some pretty good turnout at the football games and made the trip over here to Ozark as the Tigers try to even their record at 3-3 and drop Ozark to 3-3. Band is still sort of making its way off the field over there. They've got a big band. They're like a cruise ship. They take a long time to change directions. So they're making their way off the end of the field, and we'll take a break and be back with more after this timeout on the Gold Medal Gym's halftime show. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tigers Sports.
Hey now, Cracker Jack Shack.
Cracker Jack Shack has got your back with custom apparel for your club, organization, or business. And they take screen printing to the next level with amazing new software that lets you track your order online from concept to artwork to the finished product. Link it, see it, click it, get it. Only at the Shack.
Always on time and right on track. Cracker Jack Shack, we got your back. Cracker Jack Shack.
Parents and grandparents, it's not too late to make great memories with your high school students before they head off for college. One way to do that is the gift of travel. Republic Travel Advisor Crystal Hicks has helped lots of families make those memories, and she's standing by to help you too. Just drop her a line, crystal@southwesttravel.biz, and let her do the planning for you. And all without additional fees. That's Southwest Travel Advisor Crystal Hicks in Republic. Black Lab Coffee is more than just amazing coffee. It's the locally owned coffee shop where you can drop in, be greeted by name, and enjoy a quiet place to work or some peaceful conversation. Black Lab Coffee at 545 East Elm Street in Republic.
Well, we've talked about it all year. Tigers' success in the red zone. They were 14 of 16 through last week, scoring some kind of points. 13 of 16 touchdowns, and then they had the field goal during the Nixa game. So 14 of 16 and then 4 of 4 tonight. So they are now 18 out of 20, a 90% success rate on getting points in the red zone this year. And that's astonishing that any team would be that good in the red zone. And some 3 weeks in, you might think, well, that's kind of an anomaly that they have, that'll even out over the course of the season. But we're 6 weeks in.
I will say they had 2 drives stall between the 20 and 30 of Ozark in the first half, which hopefully will not come back to haunt them.
And there's the Debbie
Downer
right
again.
there.
I was about to say
Debbie
it.
Downer.
So, all right. Okay, we'll just say they're 18 of 22 in the extended red zone. No, I take your point. They did look like they were driving, and of course the time ran out on them at the end of the half. But I'm amazed that 18 of 20. That's so high that it's hard to think that it's just kind of a fluke.
And most of those are touchdowns.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that. I don't know. To me, a big contributing factor is the fact that Lucas Hayes, and talked to Dustin Baldwin a little bit about this, the quarterback is the red zone back. He's their biggest back. And so a lot of times on those read plays near the goal line, he's just keeping it and powering it in. And, I think that's helped them when they've gotten down there close.
Yeah, and this evening, he really hasn't had to do too much powering in.
No.
It's literally been, I think, just about every one, he's been untouched. Or the first contact was too late. He was already in the end zone before red jersey was trying to come and make the hit.
Tiger trip to the red zone, and the Red Zone Report, always sponsored by State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Learn more about State Farm coverage and get in the red zone yourself at sarahrader.com. A little bit of time left before we start here, but the teams are making their way off the field. They put more time on the clock, and it's winding down, but I'm afraid that if we go to break that they're going to decide, we didn't actually need that extra time after all. So we'll keep it right here as we get ready for the start of the second half. And we'll wrap up our Gold Medal Gyms halftime show. So thanks to Gold Medal Gyms for sponsoring our halftime show, as they do all season, football and basketball, and they're a big part of the reason that we're able to do these video broadcasts, as are all of our sponsors. So if you go into one of them, or if you're in the market for something that one of the sponsors offers, mention that you saw them on Republic Tiger Sports, and that helps us out a lot. Well, do you do any different wrinkles defensively on this first drive to throw something at Ozark?
Not really. I mean, the only thing is we talked about trying to shut down the run game, shut down the option, but I mean, there shouldn't be too much of a wrinkle there. That's something that obviously they've had to have practiced all week, was what formations Ozark was going to come out and show, and how many times they run the option, the different looks, and then certain situations. Do they try to run the option more on a certain down than others? Do they try to pass the ball? But one thing, though, that Ozark has shown throughout the year is when it comes to their passing game, they really don't have too many tendencies. They'll throw the ball on first, second, or third down, where most teams may try to run a little bit more first and second down and then try to pass it in third down. Ozark doesn't have too many tendencies when it comes to throwing the ball.
Well, we will shortly find out what they're going to do. Officials are making their way over and out to midfield. Teams are kind of in the huddle waiting to go on. And Ozark will go back into position. Jake Skaggs will run back to one of the deep positions. He hasn't gotten the ball very much because they haven't been kicking it back there.
No, most of them have been on the ground. I think the only, off the top of my head, I think the very first kick, is the only one that has been a deep kick. Ever since then, they've all been ones that have been on the ground, kind of high bouncers.
Cannon Cox is back there as well.
Second half opens with the public kicking off to Ozark. Skaggs and Hines back to receive the Northfield kick.
Andre Northrup will kick it off. The second half just about ready to get underway, with the Tigers leading by 5. And they do that kind of bouncy ground ball kick, and it takes a bounce and right up into the hands of the return man, and he's still on his feet. Fights his way forward, and that's Tyler Boland. So he seems to be in that middle section that gets the ball quite a bit, and he took it all the way out to the 44.
And that is one of the drawbacks of kicking it like that, not kicking it deep, as we had mentioned, that gives the opponent the short field when the ball doesn't go that far.
4-man front for the Tigers. Keeper, and they pitch it. And to the outside. Still on his feet, never brought down. And fighting forward to the 40. What an effort, and just never went to his feet. And Republic thought they had him down. Let's see if we can see if he was down.
It looked like he was down, but no whistle.
No, I think they thought he stepped out of bounds, but he didn't.
The referee was standing right there,
Yeah,
too.
I think he would have seen it if he did. Boy, Tigers are really lucky they didn't get a touchdown scored on him on that. That was a weird play. 1st and 10. And that time, not much room as Morehouse came up and made the stop. Second down and 8. Well, more like a gain of 2. The stick hasn't moved forward 2 yards, but the ball has. No, more like 1, I guess. The stick is on the 38. The ball's on the 38. I just misread the chains. So 2nd and 9. Stickler under center. Keeper again. Took it out of the belly of the fullback and cuts back. Again, over pursuit by the Republic defense. And they are all the way down inside the 25.
Ozark got a hurt player. Gets up, though, but he's limping. That's the
Stickler.
Yeah, that's the QB.
So out in his place is Cannon Cox, one of the men who was deep. Stickler looks like he'll be okay. Just come out for a couple of plays maybe and be right back in. Because he did walk off under his own power and looked more like he was just shaken up. Can the Tigers take advantage? They give it to the fullback, and you can see that coming. You got a new quarterback out there running an option offense and probably handing it to the fullback. Bolin is the safest play, and that's what they did, and Bolin managed to get 7 yards, 2nd and 3. And Ozark, with 10:15 left in the second quarter, is knocking on the door of taking the lead. Would not have thought that after the first 3 minutes of this ball game. Again to Bolin. And he barrels forward and carries his tackler all the way down inside the 5. That's Easton Prevost, who wrapped him up and got dragged down forward about 5 yards. 1st and goal for Ozark, down to the 5.
How he's just kind of running over us on the last 2 plays. Wouldn't surprise me if they just gave the ball to him again.
Especially with Cox still out there.
Yeah, he looks like he's in pain on the sideline.
Yeah, he's kind of laying out there like it might be a cramp. I don't know. No, keeper this time and taking it into the end zone, I think. Yep, touchdown Ozark. And Ozark takes the lead for the first time tonight with 9:34 remaining. Ozark leads it 27-26 and will attempt the extra point. And again, the extra points costly for Republic. They should be up right now. Should be 28-27 if they hit their 2 extra points.
And Ozark is going to go for 2.
So to give them a 3-point lead. Another keeper by Cox. He dives in, and is he across the goal line? I think he is. No signal. There it is.
Okay.
So, a 2-point conversion good, and with 9:34 left, it's 29-26. Ozark with the lead for the first time tonight. And the Republic needs to get its offense back out there. I feel a lot better about this game when the offense is on the field than I do when the defense is out there, the way things have gone so far.
It's a little reminiscent of almost the entire Carl Junction game.
Yep.
Both teams just going back and forth. In the 4th quarter of the last week's game versus Willard, with both teams exchanging leads.
I mean, when the offenses are playing like this, both offenses, it is vital you do not make mistakes on offense, because one mistake can flip that game and give somebody a touchdown lead that they shouldn't have. And I'll be interested to see if the Tigers do score again. Do they go for 2 at some point to start to make up those extra points that they've lost? Trailing by 3 now, 29-26. We got it teed up and just about ready to go. And a kick short and is going to be taken right on the sideline. I think it would have gone out of bounds, but Porter's going to pick it up, take it all the way to the other side, and he is tackled and dropped at about the 23-yard line. So I don't know if maybe he didn't have time to wait to see if it was going to go out of bounds. I think it would have gone out of bounds, and that would have put him up at the 35. But either way, the Tigers will take over. 9:25 remaining in the third.
We still have a lot of game left, but as you mentioned here, this drive is very important for the Republic Tigers to match the points that Ozark has put up.
Empty backfield. In motion goes Sterling. Keeper for Hayes. Lowers the helmet, stays on his feet, and struggles forward for about 5 yards. That was a good play by Hayes just to put the hand down and keep the knee off the ground.
But good start to this drive when you're able to get 5 to 6 yards on first down. It's always good.
Sigmund back there with him this time. He's going to throw it. Nope. There's that shovel pass again, and Sigmund gets around a first tackler and then is stood up and dropped after a gain of almost 5. I think he's going to be a little short of the first down marker. It's going to be third and very short for Republic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that stick marking the ball is right up next to the first down marker. It's third and inches for the Tigers. Hayes is going to keep it here, I bet you. Nope, he gives it to Sigmund. And he's got the first down out to the 32. Sigmund has been steady all year and has minimized mistakes.
Yeah, he's definitely had to fight for every single yard throughout the season.
Quick throw to Sterling over there on the far side. And Sterling fights ahead for about 4.
Pass complete to number 34, Josh Sterling.
Out to the 41-yard line. Slow and steady drive here for Republic. Under 8 to go in the third quarter, and they're trailing for the first time by 3, 29-26. Of course, they trailed late in the game last week and just marched down and put it in the end zone. Keeper for Hayes, and that time they had somebody on him. And he didn't get much. Ozark watching for that quarterback keeper on that read play. That time, Baldwin got him. Third and 6 now. Big play here for Republic. They're out near midfield, but haven't crossed into Ozark territory, and it would be a tough call if they came up short on what to do here. Quick throw up top. Hey, Clay White is
we got a
unable
flag.
to make it.
You got 2 flags in the scrum back here after the play.
Those are pointing to Republic. Let's see. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it because we probably had the camera downfield. But
definitely after the play was over with, the whistle had blown. You had a little bit of a scrum going on, personal foul against Republic.
So that's going to back them way up. And I didn't catch what happened. I was watching White and looking around for a flag to see if there was pass interference. White thought there would be, but it brings up 4th down, and the punting team is going to have to come out for Republic.
Personal foul.
It's a tough one.
Unnecessary roughness on the offense.
Unnecessary roughness.
Right. Not exactly sure what that is, but
7:09 left. Yeah,
clean punt right here.
Yeah, for sure. That's been something we haven't really seen on either side all year. I mean, it's been a pretty clean season. And down there just inside the 45 by Easton Prevost. I think Prevost probably could have let that bounce again.
Yeah.
Might have gained a few more yards.
The defense is going to have to stiffen up here. Ozark's out to the 44-yard line.
Got an injured player for Ozark. Luke Hulsey is limping off. Well, he's not limping off now. They're going to come out and look at him. 7:01 left in the third, and Republic does not want to get down. That's what happened at Carl Junction, is they got down 2 touchdowns. They did finally get a turnover late in that game and have a chance. But boy, when both offenses are moving the ball like this, 2-possession game is just daunting. Of course, the Tigers were up by 2 possessions earlier. Republic was, and weren't able to hold on. So we'll see what happens. But as you said, Rich, the defense is going to have to find an answer for that option.
And on the previous drive, when the backup QB had to come in, there's just 3 straight gives to the fullback.
Moody, Erickson, Sturdivant, and Morehouse. And that time they do stop Cox. The ball's on the ground, and Ozark, I think, got it. It was a red jersey that flew in there first, and they recovered it. Big break for Ozark.
And what's interesting is that Cannon Cox, the backup QB for Ozark, is still in.
Yeah, I didn't think, the way Strickler came off, he didn't look like he was hurt in a way that would cause him to stay out, but I guess it was more serious than it looked. He's over there on the sideline. I think he wants in. He's kind of talking to his friends. They were working on his legs, so I don't think it's a concussion. And a keeper by Cox, and he's tripped up and flies forward. Good second effort to get it out to the 50. Now they're going to mark him down at the 49. Short of the midfield mark. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
And this is going to be a big 3rd down here if our team wants to sustain, only being down by 3 points.
Clock's ticking, 5:45 left in the 3rd quarter. And Ozark with that 3-point lead. And we've got,
I think the Ozark had 2 guys in motion, I think.
Yeah, I thought they did it on the last play, but it's one of those precise offenses that if they do it right, and they used to happen under Wes Beechler with Republic all the time. The opposing coaches would be screaming that they're going in motion at the same time. If you looked at it again, they weren't. If they do it right, it's very precise and they avoid the penalty, but they didn't that time, and it backs them up. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, this is big. You go from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 10. Obviously, that probably changes the play for Ozark.
And, I don't know what Cox's arm is like, but Strickler was not a kid who was going to pass a lot. He completes the pass, but slipping down short of the 1st down was Skaggs, and Appleberry was there to make sure he fell down. Now here we go, 4th and 4.
Looks like Ozark's going to bring in the punt team.
I don't trust this. I don't think I'd punt here. I mean, what do you gain from punting?
I don't know, maybe just kind of changing field position there, trying to pin Republic deep. Our defense is playing it safe too.
Yeah, I don't think they trust it either.
Well, it's Ozark, so.
Well, high snap, but they get it off. And nobody back there. It takes a big Ozark roll all the way down inside the 20 and inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. So a good punt. And the punt does pin Republic deep and will leave them with a lot of yardage in front of them with 4:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Big stop by the Republic defense that time.
Yes, very big. For now, it keeps it keeps the game still close. It keeps it out of that, 2-possession scoring. As you had mentioned earlier, that's kind of what did us in a little bit there in the second half, was when Carl Junction was able to go up by 2 scores, and then we were having to play catch up the whole time. Public comes out in an interesting 4-wide formation.
Yep, trips to the left. They fake the pitch. Hayes keeps it, tripped, and struggles forward to the 21. Boy, if he'd have kept his balance, he had that big hole that he had earlier.
Yeah. That could have been a big run right there.
5's not a bad gain on 1st and 10, but would have liked more. And 2 backs, 3 wide receivers. Give it to Sigmund, who is hit and dropped. A gain of maybe 1, if that. Boy, the Ozark defense has really played better. And not only in this half, but then late in the second quarter.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that that Ozark has made some adjustments that has obviously worked for them so far.
Empty backfield again. Hayes is going to throw it. A little screen over the middle to Porter. He's got room, bounces it to the outside, and then runs over a man, takes it out to the 37. It's first down for Republic. So a good gain there. And that was kind of a slow developer, but
yeah, he just does a crossing route.
Yep.
Lined up on the right side. Crossing route, literally, you just tell your receiver to go linebacker deep. You have them run literally right behind your linebackers.
So 1st and 10 from the 37. They send Clay White in motion. Fake it to him, throw it back across to Sigmund, who's got running room. Cuts inside, still on his feet. All the way down to the 37-yard line of Ozark. So a good gainer on a little throwback to Sigmund. Big game.
So far, this has been, what, two or three little trick plays that has been spread out throughout the game.
Yep, just a little different look. Trying to take advantage of the aggressiveness of the Ozark defense. And they jumped, and there they go across the line, so it'll be 1st and 5. I mean, when you've got a defense that is so aggressive, you make them bite and then take it the other direction. That's what those plays have in common that have had so much success when the Tigers have executed.
And Ozark is making a little bit of personnel change on their defense. It's like they've kind of gone with their bigger boys up front.
Give it to Sigmund, who runs behind the line and gains only maybe a yard. Again, not much running room. Ran up behind Corey Norman. Brings up 2nd down and about 4.
Republic again going with 4 receivers, trying to spread out Ozark's defense a little bit.
Sigmund again. Picks his way forward for a couple more.
Oh, late flag is thrown.
White had pointed toward Ozark, but I don't know if he was pointing toward Ozark or just pointing that direction for some other reason.
Dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense. First down.
Interesting. So that's 2 now. That is 2. After the play is over with, personal fouls called on Republic's offense.
Correction, it'll be 3rd down.
That's going to back them way up. They had great position there. And Dustin Baldwin can't be very happy with that happening twice in short succession. We just mentioned after the first one, I said, well, haven't seen very much of that. There have been personal fouls, but they were more of the nature of the kid accidentally hit somebody after he was out of bounds or maybe a little too aggressive. But both of these have been just dead ball, plays over, you get a flag thrown on you. And now it's 3rd down and 18. They throw it to Sigmund, who cuts it upfield and is out of bounds short of the first down, but picked up a good chunk down to about the 30. And with 150 left, Republic will have 4th and about 8.
That time, Republic's offense had 5 receivers. They had four closest to us, 1 up top. You know, if they're trying to spread Ozark's defense out a little bit, kind of open up maybe the running game a little bit more.
Now whistle and a timeout. Well, I don't know what that was.
It was a referee timeout, I think.
Just wanted to slow things down a little. Big 4th down play for the offense here. Hayes over the middle, hits Porter, and into the end zone on 4th down and 9. The Tigers convert. Touchdown.
He was wide open, too.
That was Walker.
That was Walker. I said, I had this conversation before the game. I said, guys, I have a mental block when I see 7 and 3. I call Walker. I have to think, is it Walker or Porter? And that was Walker. Yeah, I knew it was, by the time you said it, Tim, I knew I was wrong because I saw Landon Porter running up from behind to celebrate. So Gavin Walker with the touchdown. And with 1:24 left to go in the 3rd, Republic back on top, 32-29, and they're going to kick the extra point. And it is good. So a 4-point lead. It makes sense there to take the 1. And Republic back on top by 4. The defense got a stop last time and could use a stop again.
85-yard drive there.
Longest of the evening.
And they overcame that 4th down, overcame the personal foul. Were both those personal fouls in that drive, or was the one earlier?
No, that was earlier.
The other personal foul was in the second quarter, late in the second quarter.
It all runs together, guys. I can't keep track.
But those are the things that we can't have any more of for the rest of this game. We can't put ourselves in a bad situation when someone decides to do something that is going to be detrimental, especially after the play is over with.
Another ground ball. And the ball's on the ground and diving on it. And that time they covered it, but didn't return it, kind of like earlier on the 30-yard line. So that's where Ozark will start. Little better situation on that one for Republic, as Ozark didn't have any return at all.
Right, and that's what you're hoping for right there, is the fact that the initial guy who touched it kind of bobbled it on the ground, and then the second guy, realizing, you know, the severity of what's going on, just kind of jumps on it.
Strickler's back out there.
Yep, so this is going to be a tougher assignment for the defense as the starter back under center for Ozark. And gives it up the middle to Bolin, who takes it forward for 9.
How he was able to squirt out of there at the last second. He just kind of went into a big blob of guys, disappeared for a second, and then kind of shot out the end. He seems to be just getting better as the game goes on. We kind of shut him down in the first quarter, but since then, he's been able to get a lot of yards.
His long run of the year is 80 yards. I think that happened, might have been in the Nixa game. And the pitch to the outside, and Appleberry gets a hand on him, but can't bring him down. Evan Smith does drag him down, but not before they get into Republic territory, all the way to the 41-yard line. Move the chains, 38 seconds left in the 3rd. This one's going to come down to the end, guys.
Yeah, it has the makings of the Carl Junction game and how the 4th quarter came down last week. Kind of whoever has the ball last.
Again, Bolin runs over a man. Prevost ends up on his backside, and Bolin just took it past him all the way down to about the 22. Ouch.
Yeah. You just kind of get run
Got a
over.
Flag. Holding.
Oh,
so that one comes back.
Huge. And that's such an emotional play too, when your running back is able to get 10 plus yards and you kind of run over a couple of the opposing jerseys. It makes the offense kind of get all jacked up, and when they get back in the huddle, they're all high-fiving each other, but then that just gets erased right there.
Yeah, I mean, it happened so far upfield that it only effectively a 4-yard penalty, but Tigers will take it. And they fake the pitch. Now they do pitch. And the Tigers played it well that time and make the stop, and then the penalty flag comes in after Ozark called for it. Came in very late.
Are they going to call that a horse collar?
They're going to call it a face mask.
Oh.
But let's see what happened. They jumped on him. Did they get the face mask? No, they didn't get the face mask. They grabbed him around the shoulder and pulled him back. And then the Ozark players started signaling face mask, and then the flag came in from the sideline. So, big break for Ozark. That better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. 15 seconds left in the third quarter, and Ozark gets the first down. Well, they haven't moved the chains.
Personal foul, face mask on the
Well, that's not a good call.
Officials time around for measurement.
So they're going to measure.
Huh.
They are right up on the line.
Yeah, they are.
And Republic, that's the best Republic's played the option all night, and they get penalized for it.
I know, and that's the killer right there, is the fact that we're celebrating. We're celebrating, what a great tackle for a loss, and we've been kind of been harping on it. So that's been one of the killers of tonight's game is Republic defense not consistently keeping up with shutting down the option, and then when we do, we get a face mask.
So they are short. It's going to be second down and inches for Ozark. And this will probably be the last play of the third quarter as they are on the move.
Most likely. I mean, I'd be totally wrong, but when you're literally looking at inches, probably going to be a handoff to the fullback.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't give it to Bolin. Well, now they're not even going to run the play because the clock is going to restart, and they're just going to let it tick down. 2 seconds left, and time expires, and we will go to the fourth quarter. Republic leading 33-29, but it doesn't feel very secure right now. Ozark on the move. We'll take a break and be back with the fourth quarter after this. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Gold Medal Gyms is where Republic athletes build a foundation for future success. Whether it's gymnastics, cheerleading, or tumbling, young athletes learn skills that prepare them to take on virtually any sport they choose. Sign up for your free trial at their gorgeous facility at Highway 60 and Highway M. Gold Medal Gyms, raising the bar for Republic athletics. Eddie Barbecue Company is home to great barbecue, including the famous Pig Nasty Sandwich. And they're also home to the Mid-Missouri Bank Repmo Football Show every Wednesday night. Go in and check them out or call them for takeout at 732-4BBQ. Every insurance company hopes you drive safely, but Allstate actually helps you drive safely with DriveWise. It lets you know when you go too fast, brake too hard, and gives you feedback to help you drive safer and lower your cost. Contact Republic agent Jesse Pritchett to learn more. That's Allstate agent Jesse Pritchett in Republic. New York Life agent Michael Weeks is a proud supporter of Republic Tiger Athletics, and this fall he's also sponsoring our weekly Player of the Game feature. Every week you can find a Player of the Game alongside our game summary at RepublicTigerSports.com. Thanks to New York Life agent Michael Weeks for his support of Republic Tiger Sports.
Ozark up to the line. They only need a few inches to get the first down. They're going to throw it. That's gutsy. They go up top, and it's going to be pass interference. So that was just commit the penalty or give up the touchdown. Jaden Appleberry got burned, and it's going to be a first down. Again, like last week, only a 15-yard penalty, so
it's up to 95 yards in penalties.
There's 2 flags, though. There's a flag back here.
O'Hara's signaling. O'Hara looked
There are 2 fouls on the play.
happy, but let's see. Yeah, so they offset. Well,
those fouls will offset it.
Well, now Appleberry's thinking, I should have just let him catch it. Would have been more deflating that way. So now it's 2nd and inches. That's the Ozark student section yelling, you can't do that on offsetting penalties. So that's
no, it is
Ozark. It is true.
So.
They were yelling at both teams, I guess. Nobody could do that. Just underway in the 4th. And our 4th quarter scoreboard sponsor, Absolute Roofing. Thanks to Absolute Roofing for their support of Republic Tiger Sports. The pitch to the outside, up the sideline, and all the way into the end zone. They beat the defense again. Another touchdown for Ozark. And Ozark back on top with 11:44.
I thought he stepped out of bounds.
Let's watch the replay and see if we can tell.
Yeah, he was awfully close. We were talking.
I don't think so. I think he stayed in.
It did look like he was stepped out of bounds, but I think you're right, though. There looked like there was just a little bit of green on that plant foot there. That was the closest there when he started to run more vertical.
Better look at the action, sponsored by Vision Health Eye Center, committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Find them online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. Extra points good, and it's back to a 3-point lead for Ozark, 36-33.
And what the killer is, too, is excluding one of Ozark's touchdowns. I think all of them but one have been big plays. The only one I can think of is whenever they handed the ball off.
The shortest one was 15 yards.
I thought Ozark had that one where they were down by the 1-yard line and they handed it off to the fullback when who was it? Cannon Cox came in.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they did have a 5-yard.
But most of them have been big plays for the touchdown.
What Republic needs now is an 11-minute, 44-second touchdown drive. Don't let Ozark get the ball back.
That would be something. 11-minute, 44-second touchdown drive of like go 30 plays or something.
Yeah, 3 yards on every play.
Take the ball down within 2 seconds of the play clock going to 0.
No. But I would settle for a quick touchdown.
Short kick.
End over end, and caught a fair catch by Easton Prevost at the 25-yard line. Easton Prevost, again, baseball player who came out for football and the kind of player that Dustin Baldwin likes to see on his team, but probably not real eager to catch a kickoff in that situation, having not played a lot of football. So he's like, I'll just take the fair catch. I know I can catch it, and we'll stop with that.
Yeah, most of your kind of seasoned or guys that are pretty secure, comfortable taking the ball, or your deep guys, your up guys, not so much.
Sigmund in the backfield with Hayes. Sterling goes in motion. Hayes pump fakes and now throws it up and almost picked off by Ozark. Broken up by Cannon Cox, the backup quarterback who was in there a couple of series ago on the offense. Went up and almost picked off that pass. An interception at this point would be pretty tough.
Very tough.
2nd and 10.
Again, Republic going 5 wide.
Yeah, Ozark has done kind of what we thought Republic might do, which is sell out to the run, and they've really shut down that play right there. Hayes got a couple of yards, but after just gashing the defense in the first half, especially in the first quarter on that read. Republic hasn't done anything with it in the second half, and now trailing by 3, they've got 3rd and long. 3rd and 8 with 11:17 left in the game. Drop back, a little screen over the middle. Good catch by Walker. But he's short of the first down, and they are not in good field position to go for it here. They're going to have to punt. That wasn't the best throw by Hayes. Walker, if he'd have been able to catch it in stride, might have been able to pick up the first down, but he wasn't.
Lucas was he was rushed a little bit too. There was a Ozark defender that was bearing down on him, so I think he had to get rid of that ball a little bit quicker with not the best of accuracy when he was feeling the pressure there by the Ozark D-line.
Jared Hughes is in there to punt, standing on the 17-yard line.
Better get this ball off. It's 0 on the play clock.
Yep. So delay of game. It's going to back him up 5 more yards.
And that's why everybody's got to pay attention on the sideline. Whenever you get yourself distracted and you don't realize that the special teams or a certain situation that you're supposed to be out there, they're screaming for your number and you're running out there and you're the reason why you get a delay game, that definitely shows up on film the next day.
Hughes gets it off under pressure. It's going to land at about the 50 and take a Republic bounce down to the 41. Again, the ball was still rolling when Walker picked it up. That's the second time Republic stopped it when I think they could have had a few more yards out of it.
Yeah, you try to bleed that with everything you got there. You just literally just kind of walk with the ball and literally don't touch it till that thing, stops or the referee blows the whistle. One of the two.
So 10:07 left, and Ozark a chance to build on a 3-point lead, 36-33. This is a game Republic really needs to be able to get. Quick throw in the flat, down on one knee, and he was down. Let's watch that again, but he went to one knee to catch it and then got up to run. That was Skaggs, and the official ruled him down. It took a second for the official to decide what he was going to do, but you'll see when he catches it here. He's going to put his knee down. I don't know if he was down. Actually, you look at the replay.
He marked it, and he loses a yard on that play.
Yeah. So if they had instant replay in high school football, I think that one might get overturned. We don't have slow motion, but I'm not 100% sure his knee really was down. It looked like it, though, to the naked eye, and the official agreed. 2nd and 11. Rolling, throwing, behind a block, first down. Into Republic territory. It's Ethan Pritchard. And, boy, the Tiger defense just looks lost.
Yeah, and for an Ozark team that does not throw the ball too much, has been kind of putting it in the air.
Yeah,
a little bit more consistency in this game.
They throw it just enough to make you think, and that's really all they need to do. Keeper for Strickler, lowers the helmet, takes it down inside the 41, near the 40, a gain of about 7 yards.
Yeah, he doesn't look like that run right there doesn't look like a QB that had to come out of the game there for a while.
No.
He was limping pretty hard. They were working on him for quite a bit of time on the sideline too. Ozark's one of those teams that holds up a card with different symbols.
Yeah, it's the second or third team we've seen. That probably is the most predominant thing. Fullback keeper in Bolin doesn't have much running room. They stopped him, gain of maybe 2. It's going to be 3rd down coming up for Ozark. But I think we've probably seen more of the cards than anything. But it's really varied. It used to be everybody did the same thing. And now they all get their plays in a little bit differently. But I think that's the third team. I know Carl Junction had the cards, and it seems like there was one other team that did that. Unfortunately, their backs are to us, so we can't see the symbols on the cards. That's always an interesting situation as Strickler takes it across the first down marker, picks up the first down. 7:24 left in the game, and Ozark with a first down, and they are marching. And a touchdown here would make it a two-possession game.
And as you were talking about earlier, you were wanting the Republic offense to chew up a bunch of time. Right now on this drive, Ozark is just kind of slowly working their way down, making sure that they're just chewing up a bunch of time as they're getting the chains moving.
And a flag. So I don't know what that was. It's not delay a game.
Oh,
so encroachment against Republic. Just a bunch of penalties. Is that over 100?
Well, the one was off, offsetting, right, yes, so yes. We're getting close.
And they're penalties that, well, you got the two personal fouls, but the others are things that are like week 1 penalties. Not week 6 penalties, and Ozark's had some of those too. The pitch, running room, nobody back there. It's going to be another touchdown. So Ozark, Ethan Pritchard makes it a 30, or rather a 42 right now. The 33 lead, a 9-point lead.
I think that play was just a simple little toss sweep. You pull a lineman, your QB just kind of pitches it out there underhanded almost. And what you're hoping is that your end of your O-line has sealed off the opposing defensive line and that your guy can beat everybody on the edge.
Extra point's good. And with 6:34 left, it's a 10-point lead for Ozark, 43-33. And I mean, you know, what Ozark's done offensively to the defense of Republic has been impressive, but the story is the Ozark defense. After that first half that Republic had, they have shut down Republic for the most part in the second half, enough to build a 10-point lead.
Well, so many of Hayes' big runs were fake into the line and run wide, and they have not done that at all in the second half.
Well, they got 6.5 minutes to get it figured out and get a couple of scores, and in the meantime, they got to get a stop as well. And that may be the hardest one of all, the way the defense has looked in the second half.
You're exactly right on both points there, but right now with the offense getting the ball, putting up points is the biggest concern right now, and obviously not chewing up a bunch of time in the process of putting up the points.
Porter, Holland, and Sterling are back deep. Little pooch kick is taken by the up man. That's Gavin Walker, who's got room up the sideline, stays in bounds, and fights his way forward to the Ozark 45 before he's pushed out of bounds.
Great return on his part there. He had a couple of good initial blocks, but then the rest of that was on his own. He wasn't going to go down very, very easy right there. He was kind of corralled by a whole bunch of Ozark jerseys, and he just kind of shoved a couple of those guys out of his way, and he was just driving, setting up a relatively short field for the offense.
6:27 left. Offense is going to have to get moving, score quickly, and then hope something happens to stop the Ozark offense. Sterling goes in motion. They're going to throw it back the other way, and the pass is short, I think. No, yep, incomplete. Intended for Porter, went down to a knee.
Pass ball is incomplete, brings up second down and 10 for Republic.
Porter was open. It's just Lucas just underthrew him.
Yeah, just kind of short-armed the pass. Second and 10. 6:21 left now. Quick pass, and broken up almost, but Clay White ends up with the ball. Cuts back, has a blocker, bounces off a man, and takes it down inside the 20.
That was amazing. That is something we got to look at again, for sure. I thought it was going to be an interception the other way.
Yeah.
It just kind of gets popped up in the air.
And the presence of mind by White to see it and reach back for it and grab it in. That may be the play of the game, even though it wasn't a touchdown. 6:06 left. Tigers back up to the line. And that time Hayes is going to keep it. He's got a gap. He takes it into the end zone. Touchdown Republic. Tim Barnes. Is that Tim Barnes over there or Tony Romo? Another correct prediction by Tim Barnes. They faked it into the line and took it through the big hole. Touchdown Republic. And with 5:52 remaining, how long was that touchdown run?
19.
19-yard touchdown run, 43-39. Republic successful in the red zone again, 5 for 5, right? In the red zone tonight.
What's great is the fact that didn't even take a minute off the clock.
Yep, extra point good, and it's back down to 3, 43-40. So Republic successful in the red zone again. That is now 5 for 5, I think. And they continue their success. Once they get in the red zone, they usually score, and they did it again. Tigers trip to the red zone, sponsored by State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Learn more about State Farm coverage and get in the red zone yourself at sarahrader.com.
Now the offense now has done their part by closing the gap there on the scoreboard. Now the defense needs to come up big, making Ozark pump the ball. It'd be great if we could not allow too much time to go off the clock here. If somehow we could get Ozark to go 3 and out and get the ball right back to our offense.
You know, you think this is the time when the defense has to take chances, but, I mean, what chances do you take when they're running the offense they run? I mean, not like you can jump a pass route.
They're watching for the onside kick.
And they kick it deep. And it's going to bounce at about the 15 and get taken out to the 25 or so. So it's a kind of the opposite of what usually happens. You kick it on the ground every time, and then when they're looking for their outside kick, you kick it long.
And also, not only did he kick it deep and kind of catch him off guard, but he kicked it to where there was open space. There was no Ozark returner over there, so they had to kind of make up some ground to go get that ball before anybody could grab it and return it.
I probably just told him kick it to the open area. That's what he did. So the defense has got to come up with something here with 5:45 left. There's plenty of time if they can get a stop. They just haven't been able to do that here in the second half. Strickler's going to throw it, and it's dropped.
That right there is exactly what you need. You need a pass to be incomplete, and it stops the clock.
Why in the world would you pass the ball on that play? I do not understand that one at all.
I think they should try again, though.
Right.
5:40 left. The clock stops because of the incomplete pass. They have pounded Republic with the option game all night.
I think they should run the same exact play, too.
Well, let's see. This time they've got a whistle. They faked it to the fullback, and Strickler was going to keep it.
Good ball. False start.
All right, false start, so that backs them up. 2nd and 15 now. Well, this is going about the way you would want it to go if you're the Tigers so far, the Republic Tigers.
Start off with an incompletion, then a quick penalty that doesn't take any time off the clock.
Up to the line comes Ozark. Defense has to feel a little better about its position now. They're going to throw again. Pass it back. Cut back into the middle. Another cutback, another over pursuit. And it's a first down for Ozark and maybe more. All the way up the sideline. And we got a hold. No call on, well, stop the touchdown, but watch the very end of that play as the defender was coming in. I think it was Holland who was closing ground, and watch, he gets grabbed around the shoulder as he's about to close. Watch number 13. Just grabs him and holds on. But, I mean, still, just a little dink pass, and Republic over pursued about 3 times on it, and Ozark takes it all the way down to the other end, 1st and goal.
Thing is yeah, there's a hold there, but it should never have gotten to that point in the first place.
I don't know that it would have made a difference, but into the end zone goes Strickler, and they scored so fast we're almost back where we were before. 5:13 left to go in the game, and Ozark back on top by 9, 49-40. And Ozark will try to tack on the extra point. Defense just not staying home.
Nope.
I mean, and that went off the post, and there's a flag late. It's no good.
It's no good. Flying on the field.
I thought maybe it had hit the post and gone through. Let's see what the flag is. I don't know that 9 or 10 makes a big difference at this point.
I think it's going to be against Republic.
Yeah, Republic's coming back out.
Personal foul, hurdling on the defense, distance, replay the try.
What did he say? Personal foul.
Hurdling.
Right.
Oh, hurdling. So.
They're going to go for 2.
Yep. I'm going to make it 11. I don't know that. I mean, 1, 2. I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. They're going to pitch it, and into the end zone they go. 2-point conversion's good. And with 5:13 left, it's 51-40. This is looking even more like the Carl Junction game. I mean, about the same time of the game that Carl Junction went up by 2 possessions instead of 1. And then in that one, Republic came back, scored, got a stop, and had a chance to win it or to tie it. It's going to take some doing to do that again.
The crazy part about it is both these teams scored in less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes have gone off the scoreboard.
Yep.
Ozark scoring plays are 15 yards, 40 yards, 31 yards, 5 yards, 31, 31, and that last one was 1, but it was set up by a 79-yard pass.
And the frustrating thing about that 79-yard pass is it was really like a 2-yard pass, and it was all after the catch. So 51-40, Ozark with the lead, trying to move to 4-2. How about that? Sterling's going to take it on about the 4. Got some room, takes it out past the 25 to about the 28-yard line. before he's brought down. And with 5:05 left, Republic will take over, trailing by 11.
Well, it's the offense's opportunity here to try to match the points. Hopefully we can do it just as quick, if not quicker, than the previous touchdown. It took less than a minute.
This is a huge game in the district standings as well. You go from possibly being in second place to being in the play-in game.
Yeah, Ozark is just barely ahead of Republic in the district standings. Hit as he throws, but he still completes it to White. And White is into Ozark territory, tackled at about the 44-yard line. So Republic not giving up. 4:54 remaining.
That was a pretty good, or that was a great pass by Lucas due to the fact that he was just about to get hit just as he threw that ball. If he had held on to that ball a second longer, that would have been a sack.
Trips to the right side, one wide receiver. That's Clay White over here to the left. Fake it to Sigmund, bounces it to the outside, has running room, down to the 30, to the 25. Another first down for the Tigers. There's that play again. Fake it to Sigmund and bounce it. And he had a big hole. 4:40 left to go. Down inside the 30. Clock restarts, 4:37 left. Going to throw it over the middle. Incomplete. Walker was the intended receiver.
Yeah, he had going downfield, but Lucas had Josh Sterling wide open down here in the flat. Just don't think, obviously he saw him. Lucas was looking to downfield and kind of looking down to his right. Didn't notice that to his left, Sterling was almost waving his hands down there in the flat saying, hey, I'm wide open, dump it to me.
Three wide receivers over here, neither side. Again to Hayes. Wrapped up and fights forward for about 7. Brings up 3rd and 3, but the clock will continue moving. Down to 4:15 left. 2-possession game. Tigers need to score quickly and get either an onside kick or a stop.
Again, Republic will go 5 wide.
Under 4 left. Sigmund in motion. Run by Hayes. I don't think he got it.
Ooh,
and the clock's going to keep running.
He's going to be short.
4th down. It's going to burn valuable clock.
Yeah.
Because they don't get that stoppage while they move the chains.
This play is huge right here.
This is the ball game, really, for all intents and purposes. .326 left. Hayes gives it to Sigmund, who bounces off a tackler and gets the first down barely. Wow. He was hit and almost dropped, but he fell forward.
Yeah, he kind of rolled off the initial hit.
Yep, there's that first hit, and then he kept going. So back to live action. Empty backfield. In motion, Sigmund. Screen. And they throw it behind White. White had room. He would have scampered for a long distance, but he threw it behind him a little bit. 3:05. It's going to be 2nd and 10. The PA announcer said 3rd and 10, but it's 2nd and 10. They just picked up the first down. Sigmund in the slot, trips to the right. Under pressure. Quarterback sack. Thomas rushing.
Yeah.
Nobody picked him up.
No, and I think he was on a blitz. I think he was on a called blitz. And when you don't have anybody in the backfield, when you don't have a back, a running back or a fullback to help pick up a guy coming off the edge, when you go empty backfield, that is something that can happen and did.
3rd and 20. Under pressure again. Hayes is going to have to run it, and he gets loose. And somehow he got back to the original line of scrimmage and picked up 10. But it's going to be 4th and 10, and we're going to have another ball game situation where the Tigers are going to need to get the first down to keep the drive alive. 2nd, 4th down here in a row. Down to 2:14 left. still haven't used a timeout. They're saving them,
And 4th down.
presumably for if they do get the ball back. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right.
Here they come.
Sigmund in the slot, yep.
Got to get it to the first down marker.
They launch it up top to White, and he can't get free. And a flag comes in, and the Tigers are going to get the break. Let's watch. There was contact.
There was contact.
I would not have been surprised to not see a flag, though.
I think it wasn't a huge pass interference, but I think his shoulder was being pulled just slightly right there.
Yeah, yep, he did have him.
Yep.
So the flag comes in, and the Tigers get the break. 1:50 left.
But it still brings up 4th down, though.
Yeah, 4th and 2.
See, that should be an automatic first down.
Yeah, I don't understand why the rule isn't that way.
Tiger fans, we have another 4th down.
Fourth and 2. Sterling in motion. They throw it to Sterling. He's got it. He didn't hold on. Incomplete.
Oh.
Couldn't quite hold on after the contact. And the Tigers turn it over on downs.
As they put over on down, goes our ball. 1st and 10.
Looked like he had it and then bobbled it and then got hit. Now, I think it came loose actually before he even got hit. Just couldn't quite hang on. That better look at the action brought to you by Vision Health Eye Center. Vision Health is committed to helping you get a better look at everything. Schedule an appointment online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. So 1:48 left. Tigers have 3 timeouts, but Ozark will force them to burn the timeouts. I would assume they didn't run the ball last time. Paid off. This time Strickler's going to keep it.
Got a flag.
Going to be tackled by Prevost. But, yeah, that'll stop the clock, at least for now. 1:43 remaining. Now, this is one, when they look back, they're going to think this is one we should have had. Beatable team, and we just could not stop them on defense in the second half.
Yeah, going back to the Carl Junction game, too.
Shot block on the offense. Half the distance. First down.
When you score, as many points as we did tonight and in the Carl Junction game, you kind of expect to win. When you see 40, 48, 50-plus points on the scoreboard, you expect that to be for the team that wins.
Yep.
This is the second straight week where the offense in the second half has not done nearly as well as the first half.
Morehouse makes the tackle. Tigers will burn a timeout, I think. Well, yep, there it is. 1:29 left. Tigers call a timeout, and we will take a timeout as well. 51-40, Ozark with the lead. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.
Republic Glass has been a part of our community since 1972, and they've been family-owned and operated all the way. Whether it's commercial, residential, or auto, or a mirror or shower door that needs attention, Republic Glass has you covered. Call them at 732-7044. If it's glass, you want Republic Glass on East Harrison, across from the post office in Republic, or at 732-7044. Here's a touchdown for your family budget. Combine your home and auto insurance and save money with State Farm agent Sarah Rader. Find her online at sarahrader.com. Vision Health Eye Center. Outstanding eye care, exceptional eyewear. From glasses, prescriptions, and contact lens fittings to emergency eye care, they help your family see, feel, and look better than they ever have before. Check them out online at visionhealtheyecenter.com. The Simplex Insurance Nathan Dixon Agency is Republic's new independent insurance agency, and that means they can shop around to get you the best price to meet your insurance needs. Whether it's home, auto, farm, or commercial insurance, call the Simplex Insurance Nathan Dixon Agency, simplifying your insurance experience.
Well, Republic needs a little divine intervention if they're going to come away with a win in this one. Trailing by 11, 1:29 left. They've burned a timeout. It's 2nd and 10 for Ozark.
Backup quarterback's in.
Another flag. Maybe instead of divine intervention, maybe official intervention will work. Going to back him up again.
Ball start.
You know, with
On the offense.
there's been a lot of penalties, and I've been critical of both teams for those penalties, but I mean, maybe this is just kind of a flag-happy crew. I don't know.
I'm beginning to wonder.
You know, 4 personal fouls.
Couple of pass interference.
Yeah. I mean, the one pass interference down here was definitely legit. But probably maybe would not have been called by some other crews. It wasn't obvious. So, yeah, I don't know. It just sometimes some crews are just more likely to throw the flag than others. And the fact that there are 4 personal fouls is what got me thinking, well, maybe they just are more likely to throw a flag than some others. So 2nd and 14, 1:29 left. How about a safety or a fumble? What we need is a strip sack.
Yes.
1:23 left, another timeout called by Republic. It is in the realm. Boy, and here's what, again, those extra points, the missed extra points. If you just made one of those, a safety would make it a 1-possession game. But it'll still be 9 even with a safety. All right, timeout again. We're going to take a timeout as well and be back with more after this on Republic Tiger Sports.
Berry Patch Preschool and Daycare is excited to announce they're expanding to a brand new building on the corner of 174 and Hines. They accept children ages 0 to 12, teach preschool curriculum with hands-on learning and extracurricular activities like the library, the zoo, or Stretch and Grow. Give them a call for your preschool needs at 732-7761. Berry Patch Preschool, an experienced and trusted daycare in Republic.
Well, the ball is not as close to the goal line as I thought it might be after they account for forward progress there. It's not about the 3.
That's a good spot for Ozark.
Yeah, I agree. At first, I thought you meant that Ozark was in a good spot on the 3-yard line.
No, it should have been back around the 1.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep, I think so too. Another keeper and a good gain, far short of the first down. So another timeout. Republic will force, that is 4th down, right? They haven't changed the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's 4th down.
I lost track with all the penalties of where we were. So Republic calls a timeout. They'll get the ball. They'll get the punt with 1:17 left. If Lightning could strike fast, then they might get a chance at least to try the onside kick. Or maybe that block punt you wanted earlier in the game.
Well, if they were still back inside the 5, Ozark would have definitely taken the safety instead of punt. Now you're out. I don't know if they do that here. I would say they're almost tempted to still do it.
Yeah, that's true. Because then Republic's got to drive.
They still need 2 scores.
Yeah, that is the play. That is the play to. Well, since you predicted, you didn't quite predict it, but since you did, we're going to say you predicted it. I think that's what's going to happen. And then what Republic would have to hope for is that they botch the snap and Republic could get the touchdown. Yep, he's going to take it. He's going to run as much clock as possible. And is wrestled out of bounds. So the safety makes it 51-42, but it's a 9-point lead, and that's the heads-up play by Chad DePay, the head coach of Ozark. You can tell everybody over here in the crowd is confused. They don't really know what they just did. But the lead's 9, but now Republic has to drive and score instead of getting the punt and maybe having better field position.
I didn't see who tackled the punter.
I didn't either.
For the safety.
No, neither did I.
Or really,
I think man,
we'll call it a
might have been
push out of bounds.
Might have been Holland. Holland was back there. I think I saw 4 back there.
I don't know if what he did actually counted as a tackle.
Well, either way, he gets points.
Well, I was afraid that they were going to call like a horse collar or something.
Yeah, that would have been just put the capper on the night. So the ball is on the 20. With 1:09 remaining. Line drive kick. Bounces a couple of times. Picked up. On the run. And weaving in and out of traffic all the way out to midfield is the return man. That's Gavin Walker.
Hold on the return. Elijah Maxrod in on the tackle.
Announcer said it was Holland on the return. I'm pretty sure that was 7, not 4. 1:01 left, so that took 8 seconds. Republic's got to score quick and pray. Empty backfield, trips to the right, 2 to the left. It's White and Sigmund over here on the near side, and they threw it short. Intended for White. Hayes just has not been on target tonight like he had in the past. Had the big runs, but the passing game's been a little bit off.
Yeah, he's one-hopped a few of the passes this second half.
Same formation, 57 seconds left. Steps up, he's going to run it. A lot of room. Needs to get out of bounds. He may not have to. Going to take it up the sideline and step out at about the 23, down to 48 seconds left. First down for Republic. Another big gain for Lucas Hayes. He's got to be at about 200 yards rushing. Four wide to the near side. And Landon Porter on the right. Again, stepping up. He's got room over there where he sees he can get to the sideline. He's pushed out inside the 20. So back in the red zone for Republic. They are 4 for 4 tonight.
No, the last time they were down there, they did not.
Yeah, that's right. So they're 4 for 5. Second down and less than a yard for Republic. 42 seconds left. Quick throw, almost intercepted.
That ball came out of his hand weird. Like almost it slipped out of his hand a little bit.
Yeah, Porter thought he was running a little stop and go. And I think, Hayes thought he was going to be coming back to the ball. Under 40 left. 51-42. Sterling in motion. Fake the handoff to him. Throw it over the middle. Complete. And a touchdown to Landon Porter with 35 seconds left. And it's 51-48.
Pass is complete from Hayes to White. Touchdown Republic.
That was Landon Porter, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was 3.
Yes.
Ozark's PA announcer must have a bad roster. So Porter catches the touchdown pass. Another touchdown for Hayes. extra point is good. And with 35 seconds left, it's 51-49, and the Tigers will try the onside kick. And that's what it will come down to, 35 seconds left. They've used all their timeouts. They have had plenty of practice at the onside kick.
Yes, they have. And we thought, what game was that? Was it the Willard game that we thought that they had it, and then it was changed?
And that turned out wasn't really an onside kick. I don't know if you ever saw the interview after the game with Dustin Baldwin, but they were trying to kick it on the ground and just kind of miskicked it. And it turned out that it acted like an onside kick, and they almost got it. But, you know, if we can just do that again, only on purpose. But Ozark will be a little more ready. I mean, of all the teams, of all the times you would not be expecting an onside kick, it would have been there for Willard. So they were shocked and did not react well. All right, here we go. This is the ball game. And Northrop kicks it out of bounds, and that was not the way it was drawn up.
No, Ozark didn't even have to move. Just watched it go out of bounds.
I don't really know if that was, you see, maybe that was how it was designed, to kind of
didn't want to kick it that far.
Yeah, they were trying to confuse Ozark about where the ball was going to go, who was going to kick it. What they need is somebody, if only there were a famous kicker who could kick it behind his leg. Tim Barnes informed me after.
Tony Fritsch.
Yes.
Goes to Tony Fritsch.
Needed the Tony Fritsch kick.
Yes.
Look it up, kids. It's on YouTube because Tim Barnes showed me after the game last week.
It was beautiful.
And they're just going to kneel on it, and that is going to do it. And Ozark is going to escape from here with a 51-49 win. Clock is still ticking down, but we're going to get final thoughts now. Rich Miles.
Well,
say something profound.
I don't know about profound, but the difference in the game obviously was the second half. Our defense just wasn't able to stop the big plays, and Ozark was able to score when it really counted, and they made the adjustments, and it kind of looked like, you know, we were slow to make the adjustments, but anyways, that's huge, as Tim had said, in the district standings. You go from, you know, possibly getting that second spot down to the bottom. They'll watch all this tomorrow during film and learn from their mistakes, and then just move on to the next game, which is definitely going to be tough for the next couple weeks.
Ozark comes from behind in the second half and wins it. Republic unable to spoil their homecoming. Final score, Ozark 51, Republic 49. Thanks for watching Republic Tigers football on Republic Tiger Sports.